Hey, Danny. Um. Oh, there we go. Okay, just setting things up, everybody. Welcome. Let's see. And there's also a Brian. Okay.
And there's a Metroid.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I just found this remastered soundtrack, so I thought I'd... I wonder if Danny's having mic problems, because she keeps dipping in and out of the call.
Could be.
Hang on, I will ask her. So, welcome everyone, again. So we're going to spend tonight doing, coloring shiz. But, before that, I kind of finished Cyborg Charlotte's, commission, earlier than I anticipated. Like, my plan was to get, its flats going, but then I kind of couldn't stop, so I ended up finishing it. As for, Cyborg Charlotte herself, she loves it. I'm gonna upload this tomorrow, though, but consider this your, early, peek at it. Oh yeah, I see the problem with Danny now. Apparently, her computer is being such an asshole, it won't let her connect to the call, so
okay, there we go.
Oh!
Hey,
Speak of the devil!
Danny lives!
Yeah, like, I was, I was clicking call, and you know how, like, on the bottom where it tells you, oh, your voice is connected? It wasn't even, like, connecting at all. So this it wasn't an issue of, oh, it's connected, but I'm not hearing you guys. It just was not connecting. Period.
That's rude.
Yeah. All I had to do was just quickly restart my laptop, and apparently that fixed it.
All right.
Internet,
well,
you're fired.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, it's fixed. So yeah, we're gonna color these 4 commissions. I think at the very least we can get the flats done. But there's like 4 of these. I say 4 because I kind of finished Jaeger for Cyborg Charlotte a little early than expected. Like, I kind of did the flats and couldn't stop.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, suffice it to say, she's really happy about it.
That's good.
I'll upload it on Twitter tomorrow, though, but that's where that stands. So, we are going to do Ribbonbound's commission first. And, yeah, we'll go from there.
Alrighty. How's your guys' day been?
Pretty slow going.
Been alright.
Yeah, it's like pretty much today was just slow day, just sitting in my butt.
Yeah.
Okay, for a second, I thought
I'm just waiting for my weekend off.
Right. Well, that's like tomorrow's my last day of my vacation. Then I go back to work Saturday. So that's where it's like,
Yeah.
almost done with my vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, so, guys, I have a bit of a funny story with, Food Drops' commission,
Yeah?
with Lilith. So you know the sketch layer? Oh, hey, Ribbonbound.
Yeah.
I'm viewing it work. Hello, I can't hear, though. Hang on. Okay, anyway, back to Lilith. So, the sketch layer. Funny thing, the client's also, CloudCat in the Trash Hole Discord. you know, where Dana and Dion usually hang out with their friends.
Yeah.
So Dion probably doesn't know it's me, so he asked my client, did this person just prep everything in pen? And I'm like, dude, it's me. Oh, Tom has a bomb. Hi? You seem to be a new face. Welcome.
Why do you have a bomb?
Why not?
Who gave
Why is
you
it blue? Why is it
like,
blue? Why not?
Who gave you? Like, who gave you? I'm asking for a friend.
It's the
Any
show.
objections? Any objections, Adam? It's for show. Alright.
Yeah, we take those.
Yeah.
We take those, I guess.
See,
Actually,
it's like
yeah?
It's like Adam, what do you have to say about that? I unauthorize your use of the power suit. Fuck you.
Varia suit. So that's even worse. It literally does nothing but protect Samus. Why would you deactivate it?
No, I mean your entire power suit. You're not allowed to use that.
Now you're in Zero Suit mode. Which, honestly, I wouldn't mind if Metroid Dread came out with that kind of DLC, where, you know, instead of the power suit for the whole game, you just play as Zero Suit Samus. You know, you can still get upgrades and all that, but, the thing is, you won't be in the power suit, you'd just be in the Zero Suit.
You know, I'm sure somebody out there with the ability to crack into Switch games probably will make a mod of it just for kicks.
I mean, I think it's a great idea. It would make the game even harder in that case, so extra challenge is always nice.
Okay. Oh, that's what you call it, Brian, I started watching, I started watching Markiplier's Let's Play of Security Breach so I can understand what it was you were talking about him getting lost. It's like,
yeah.
God damn. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
you were not
so many times.
Yeah, you were not kidding.
Sorry. I missed the JoJo reference. I seem to remember I got it when I was hit by a mysterious golden arrow. I was pierced by it, and something awoke in me.
Oh no, the third bomb is already set.
Oh god. Is this Yoshikage, Kira? I thought you were dead!
Bites the dust.
So you renamed yourself Tom, huh? I see. Breaks the window and crawls in. I'm here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. I hate that! I don't even have a car!
Fucking gremlin.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even have a car or a license. It's a work in progress, you could say.
But yeah, Danny, Markiplier getting lost a lot.
My god. It's like, yeah, because, yeah, you were not kidding about how, like, the map system that they implemented and stuff, like, it just doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, poor conveyance.
Yeah, because that's like, and you know what, and it's like, again, I've played my fair share of FNAF games, I've played my fair share of open world games, I've just played my fair share of video games. I'd like to think I'm semi-competent, but, you know, I'd probably be exactly like Markiplier. I'd be wandering around in circles going, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing?
Killer Queen has already touched this random Twitch user.
Wait, shit. Jordan, you're gonna blow.
Ah! I just disintegrate. I don't even blow up, I just disintegrate.
Wait, no, hold on, Jordan. You just explode, and then it's like, oh, hey, look, it's Josuke. He'll make you better.
Hey, Josuke, can you do me a solid? Okay. Thanks, buddy.
Dora!
Okay. Ribbon says, I can hear now. What did I miss?
Oh, not much. We're just figuring out that Tom as a Bomb here is actually Yoshikage Kira in a new form. And also that we're working on your commissions because... Well, commission. Because I said so. So... Yeah. And you know, I am considering streaming extra long for you know, tomorrow night, considering it's New Year's. I definitely want to do something a bit more long-winded. It won't be Okami, though, and, well, Sonic Mania is its own thing, so... Yeah, just place your bets right now. Oh, hey, Jen. Damn, Miki's buff as heck. No, I'm Hayato's father. Who's this Kira you speak of?
I'm Kira with a different font.
Hayato's mom is more out there than most Stan users. Okay.
Hey, speaking of JoJo, when are we gonna get Part 5 JoJo, but really, really fast?
Probably when the animator finishes it. Okay, kind of a dick answer, sorry.
No, but it's a realistic answer at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably, when they are done.
Girl really out there like, yo, wait, my husband can cook. Holy shit, I have to seduce him. I mean, I don't know. If my husband is known for being a deadbeat and then just suddenly starts being nice, I would honestly be a bit forward and ask, what's your game, honey?
Yeah, I know. It's like, you'd think that would be suspect, but apparently not for this woman.
I mean, yeah, on the one hand, it's a dream come true, you know, that your husband's taking the time to repair your relationship, but
it shouldn't
here's
take
the
10
thing.
years.
It shouldn't take 10 years.
It should not take 10 years.
Exactly. Also, hey, it's the theme that got remixed in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and not, you know, a certain character's actual theme that's way better. I'm talking about Dark Samus, by the way.
Okay.
San! It's Hayato. Hayato!
Hi! You?
Wife? Shinobu!
Shinobu! I knew that!
Please tell me what my surname is.
Please tell me what my surname is. I'm scared. Wait, why are you scared?
He's like, listen, I am a fucking dumbass. If you cook for me, I love you. I can cook spring rolls, dumplings, and pasta. I'm limited.
I will do absolutely nothing wrong. Tonio stand purple to the Pearl Jam. Absolutely nothing wrong.
Oh god, Tonio's too precious for this world.
Yeah, I love Antonio. Like, his stand is a little freaky, but he's alright.
I know. It's kind of a shame that he wasn't in part 4 more often. I mean, on one hand, I get why, because he's not a combatant by any means, but I just wish, like, we had maybe gotten, like, one more episode or something with him.
Wow, everybody's here. Again, welcome, everyone. I know I said that already when we started, but welcome again.
Yeah. Whole Horse's Emperor. Gun!
Gun!
Well, that reminds me.
Speaking of guns.
I'm trying to think, didn't that story come out with Whole Horse and Josuke?
I believe so, yes.
I think that came out. Like, did it get, I don't know, did it get fan translated yet?
That I don't know.
This is news to me. Is this like a side story or something?
Yeah, apparently this is a side story, I guess, like, because I remembered, like, we were getting a bunch of JoJo stuff around the same time. We were getting the Part 6 anime. There was some some story with Jolene that everybody's like flipping out about because, you know, oh my god, a story where somebody is fucking horny for Jolene, which is like, look in the fucking mirror, guys. I just think you don't like it just because it's a little too close to home. But the other story is like, yeah, it's supposed to be like a side story. Like, I think they said it takes place right before part 4. But yeah, apparently Whole Horse and Josuke team up for something. And I'm like, fucking what?
Huh. Enemy mine?
It's like, I don't know, but I want to read it. Just because, like, I'd read it regardless because I love part 4. But the fact that you've thrown Whole Horse into this, it's like, okay, now I have to see this.
Okay, as a dungeon master of a ragtag group of heroes, I have to shut this down. The only woman Kedrot may or may not love is Ilusen.
Yeah.
Sorry to shut that down, Mr. Maniac, but it's the truth. Do you know who Ratama is? Do you guys?
No.
Okay, Danny?
Cannot say. Unless I'm just having a brain fart.
Raatama?
Does not sound familiar.
Yeah, sorry, Big Mac. Too bad memeing. Well, you can meme, just make sure it's in character. It's still weird to me that the Sirens is part of the soundtrack. You know, when you're escaping the Parasite Queen. It's like a Banjo-Kazooie thing. Hail Ratama. Look it up on Google. I can't. I'm streaming. And, like, okay.
Okay, it's some weird... It's some weird horror monster.
I don't know then. But yeah, anyway. If you want a testament to how shit Regigigas is... Regigigas is what I named my laptop, by the way. Like, it can't run Hero Forge on desktop.
Okay.
Like, I tried to make a character for fun on it, and it could barely load. Like, my phone can load Hero Forge okay, but even when I try to put Hero Forge on the lowest setting, the website anyway, it just won't do anything. Yeah, what's up with that?
Okay. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, so this Ratma, it's from VHS 94. Apparently this is a new movie or something that came out this year. I have not heard of this.
Yeah, this is the first we heard of it. I mean,
it's like, yeah, I'm a horror fan, but I have not heard of this.
Bruh, that's big cringe. Reggie go in the same hole as Connor. You know, Regigigas is only level 1. What does that make Connor? Level 0? I would say so.
Yes.
Exactly, yes. So Connor is still worse, and Connor is racist.
And he was laid to rest with 38 stab wounds.
Yeah, that's what he gets for. Wow, I'm calling Connor it, but that's what he gets for being racist to Miles. Wouldn't even let me play the game.
Okay.
Oh, some of my audience members here know what I'm talking about.
I know.
And so do you. Like, Mr. Maniac, he knows why. Realm Wars, he knows why. They stood up and they know who they are.
Yeah. Hi.
I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck that guy's deal was in Hell's Kitchen. Like, he effectively disqualified himself because he was an idiot. Hot take, racism is cringe. No, that's not a hot take at all. It is absolutely not a hot take. It's fact. which is why racist villains are easy targets.
Okay. And Tom is gonna go get some food and brew some tea. All right, you go enjoy your food and your tea.
All right, be right back. Welcome, Chris. Welcome back, Crystal. I think I was trying to find the right words there, but then it sort of came out midway, mid-thought.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens. Makes me sound like an adult. It's like that awkward moment when you're a better writer than a better public speaker. You know, George Lucas is kind of the same way, so I guess I don't feel too bad. Wait, there we go. Ooh, chocolate cake, put it in a... No. Stop forcing running gags. Okay, fine. Two can play at that game. Fuzzy Meatloaf. Oh, wait, hang on. I missed a detail. Hang on.
Ah, the belt. Yep, that's a quick fix.
Yeah, not a problem. Are you trying to summon Brandon, Maniac? You'll never take me alive! I know what you're thinking, and you're lucky Brandon isn't here. Yeah, he's not even in the Discord, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon be busy.
Yeah, I think he's doing his own streaming. I think I saw he was posted on Twitter. I think today was like the last day that he was doing this streaming for this charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the more reason why I don't want to drag him into my stupid server. Plus, I think he'd hate it. There's too much sarcasm here. It's like Dracula at the end of Symphony of the Night, Night's true ending. Ah, sarcasm! That's not the whole line, but yeah, just that one bit is something I keep quoting to myself, like, ah, sarcasm. He quotes Matthew something something at the end of that too, but what? I never read the Bible. Do you think I would commit that to memory? Apologies for those who do read the Bible and are Christians. Sorry.
It's fine.
What is a man? Man. Oh, I live in the Bible in the morning. It's my favorite sci-fi novel. Oh God. I think I see a target on your head, Mr. Maniac.
How dare you?
Said every quote-unquote Christian ever. They're the real villains. Wait. What's the nameless one doing here? Yeah, that horrific abomination from Bloodborne. The one that goes... Me sitting here writing a campaign that has to do with the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, as you do. I come back and I see the good shit. Oh, yeah. This is what it's looking like so far from Platts. Come at me. You Christians, most at least. Okay, you might want to rephrase that a bit, Mr. Maniac. Is it bad that I don't remember that line from the SGB LP of that Mario fan game, Super Mario Brothers Twilight? Blue Twilight? Oh, I haven't seen that in years. I think part of it is that Johnny casually said that, okay, so while I was porn hunting... those are his exact words!
Gotta love Johnny.
Yeah, it's like, I have no problem if you watch porn, but just don't talk about your fetishes in public. Like, I have a strict rule of keep your fetishes to yourself.
I was actually watching the highlights from the Super Gaming Brothers doing a Let's Play of Sonic Heroes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's like, so when could Metal Sonic do this? Well, you see, back in the end of Sonic CD, when he got the and he was capable of doing the because of the
Basically, I don't know.
Well, at the very least, we now know that sometime in 2022 he is going to be talking JoJo games.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a bunch of anime stuff I think he said he wanted to cover too, but like he specifically pointed out he's going to be covering JoJo games.
Keep your Kentucky Fried fetishes away from me. No. Yeah. No.
Yeah, because I think his girlfriend is getting him into more anime.
Yeah, he said he's been getting into JoJo. Like,
yeah, Nora's been getting him into JoJo.
Yeah, so he's finally been watching the show, and he's like,
now get him to watch Avatar, please.
Yeah, I mean, he says, you know, he's probably more of like the casual fan, not like a hardcore fan. But at this point,
I mean, a fan is still a fucking fan.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you are one of the brothers.
It's like, you know, because XP to level 3 did this too, where for the longest time, he was like, this was like 4 or 5 years ago, but anyway, he was like, you know, I'm only a casual fan of Critical Role, but just because you're a casual fan doesn't make you any less of a fan. You're still a fan!
Yeah.
It's a pet peeve, I know, but, like, holy shit, take pride in what you like! Unless it hurts people. Then we'll have a problem. Me sitting here also with my Houndoom. You know, I never used a Houndoom. It's right up my alley with special attackers, but I never used one.
I am a casual fan of bad rats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah. Bad Rats was a game that kind of showcased, you know, why Steam Greenlight wasn't always the best idea.
Right.
Oh, okay.
He'll be talking about Ratchet and Clank as well. I was hoping he would talk about Sly Cooper, but that came in second place. I don't mind it too much. Like, he did say he would like to do it somewhere down the line, right? So
yeah, he put down like 3 series, and he put it up to poll like which was the first one people wanted him to talk about, and that was when Ratchet and Clank won.
Right.
You know,
I feel like if he is gonna do Sly Cooper, he has to have Elliot in those videos.
oh god, that'd be great.
Yeah, honestly, because, well, Elliot was the one who introduced him and Matt to the series.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, and he's the ones who did the Let's Plays on them.
Yeah. You know, their Sly 3 LP aside. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I consider that to be one of their worst LPs. Because it's like they forgot all the information halfway through the game. And that's the whole reason why people don't like Sly 3, I feel, is because they don't pay attention, and that's why they hate it, because they woke up in the middle of the last half and like, wait, what? Why did this happen? I hate this game.
Yeah, and that's like, you know, like I'm on the other end. I actually like 3 the most.
Yeah, same here. 3 is my absolute favorite in the series.
Never forget the moment where Bentley just ended Mugshot's career.
Oh, hang on.
Your
Belmondo,
mother was a broken down tub of junk who has more gentleman callers than the operator.
Can I do my bit now? I like how you casually just talked over Strahd. Belmondo, it's been 5 years. You did it again. Can I? God. Okay. Belmondo, it's been 5 years. You still owe me $16. Why 16? So gosh. Fuck off. Later after this, I might rewatch a good Atsuko or continue to watch Komi Can't Communicate because I picked up the 9th volume. Cool. That and there are 4 to 5 games if you count the Bentley spin-off game. Was there a spin-off? I totally forgot about that. Is that for is that part of Sly 4?
Well, I mean, I know there was hacking mini games and stuff, but yeah, that's about it.
My only memories with Sly Cooper is playing the 2-player mode with my friend. Oh yeah, that's actually in Sly 3 as well.
Okay, yeah. The game was called Bentley's Hack Pack.
Yeah, Bentley's Hack Pack. Hack Pack, yeah. Yeah, that was part of Sly 4, or at least part of the marketing. I'm not kidding about that. There's a Bentley spin-off game based around the hacking games, and it's downloadable. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now you too can learn how to be an elite hacker.
Sly grows 6 gray hairs. Which is funny because he already has gray hairs.
No, instead his fur actually just gets color.
Oh, you know what? That'd be funnier.
Actually, one of the other moments I did like from the Super Gaming Brothers Sonic Heroes playthrough is when Matt got Omega stuck in the...
Mr. Maniac, why did you post that? Looks like an email address.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Who's he?
Like, did you actually do that, or was that done out of your control? Answer me right now. I'm concerned. This delay is not doing us any favors.
It's a Critical Role meme. Okay, yeah, Sam Riegel is Black Widow 73 at AOL.com.
Okay, I don't know about that one. I know about Cuttlefish, though. Cuttlefish.
Yeah, like I like the part when Matt got Omega stuck in the slot machines in a bingo in a casino park.
Yeah, I was about to ask, Casino Park or Bingo Highway?
Yeah, the casino. Yeah, the casino park, and Johnny is like, Omega, I think you might have a gambling problem. Fuck you, I have a problem. Up yours, Faker. I can quit whenever I want.
You know, it's that kind of denial that demonstrates perfectly that you're addicted to something or you have a problem. I keep citing the Riddler in Arkham City when, you know, Batman called him insane, and he's like, no, that would imply mental illness. I suffer from neither. It's like, okay, sounds like I have a problem, buddy. Oh wait, no. The full line is, that would imply mental illness or derangement. I suffer from neither. Honestly, I hope Sly gets something next year because of the 20th anniversary thing. And there was the ad for Long Live the Player thing where there was a slight Easter egg and people are thinking about that. Just like Crash before he had his trilogy released, that Sly might be doing the same someday. I have a meme problem. Jen, I diagnose you with meme. Well, hey, at least she admits it. You know, that kind of signifies something. Jen is pretty much the only one who posts memes in the Curse of Strahd chat. Like, literally. I mean, sometimes Brian does that, and sometimes Rickett does it, you know, where they post memes. But mostly it's Jen doing the heavy lifting, and it's like, not one to deny hobbies, but goddamn.
She's got so many, and they're all so dank.
She's got too many. Did you just say dank, like, out loud?
Yes. And I'll say it again for the people in the back.
Hashtag I am a false prophet. God is a superstition. You know, by the way, I've never seen There Will Be Blood all the way through, but the more I see of it, the more it looks like a good movie.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie either.
Yeah, it's the one with Daniel Day-Lewis, and he plays as an oil man who's like way too ambitious for his own good.
Yeah, like I've seen the memes, I've seen clips of the movie itself, and I mean, I hear it's a good movie. Just have not had the chance to look into it.
Yeah, again, from what I've seen, pretty good stuff. And honestly, the milkshake line with context is equal parts terrifying as it is petty as shit. Don't call me Sam. Call me by my dark net username, blackwillow73@aol.com. Now it's time to jack into the mainframe. By the way, this song is a bop. I absolutely love it. Trial Totem is probably one of my favorite mini-boss themes ever. Man, customers are so annoying. Go away. Yeah.
Stupid customers, who invited you?
Well, themselves, so they can get wares, but they could be a little more they could be nicer about it.
Karens are not allowed.
Well, not just Karens, just assholes in general.
That's like one of the benefits of, you know, working in the back in the kitchen. You don't ever deal with customers.
Yeah.
That's like
Which was kind of
that's perhaps the biggest benefit of being in that field. Like when you're in the back of the kitchen, you don't have to deal with any of that front of the house bullshit.
Exactly. Like, that was the one saving grace when I was still working at Pizza Hut, where you're in the back room just preparing dough and doing the dishes sometimes, so, like, you don't have to deal with much bullshit, but periodically you still have to deal with bullshit. Like,
Right. I mean, it's
yeah.
like, you know, like, I'm sure, like, if you're actually working on the line and you're actually cooking the food and such, like, you know, you have to, you know, cook to the customer specifications and shit, obviously, but that's pretty much the most I think, you know, they have to deal with customer-wise, you know. Me, on the other hand, you know, I'm just in the back and I'm just making pastries. So it's like, I don't ever do any kind of face-to-face with customers whatsoever, and that's probably a good thing, because it's like, all the horror stories that I have heard, just, not just really with my place, but just even, like, in previous jobs, like, the bullshit that customers ask for, it's like, I'd probably be in prison because I would have bitch smacked somebody with a utensil.
Shit, really?
Probably. There's some really stupid fucking stories.
Yeah. Honestly, that's kind of the one thing that's keeping me away from, you know, finding another typical job, you know, like being a cashier or working in a library even, because the fact that you have to deal with stupid people. Like, okay, I know what some of you are gonna say. Like, okay, there's assholes everywhere, you can't stop that. Like, I know, but my last job was such a shit experience. Let me finish. My last job was such a shit experience that, even in a more neutral location, I doubt I would do as well. With, you know, someone yelling in my face. Because, well, in that respect, I never had that happen before. So, I wouldn't know how to deal with it. And I don't do well in arguments whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I kind of fall apart. But, yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, it's like, yeah, to be fair, it's like, yeah, like, customer service, that is not a job for everybody.
No way.
It really isn't. You know, so I mean, that's like, you know, all props to the people that do work customer service and have to put up with that bullshit and somehow remain sane, you know. More power to you people.
Yeah, you guys are the real heroes. Okay, I think I made a bit of an error here.
Error?
I forgot to put the frame of Miki's glasses on another layer. But that's okay, I can just color it back in. There we go. And I guess I'll have to do the same for this one, but that's fine. Just carefully looking at my long post on anniversaries in 2022 in the S&G links and videos area, because there are a lot of games that will make you feel old. But if you're curious about those games, be my guest to check it out. Right.
Nice.
Yeah, you did end up being something of an anniversary archivist recently. Okay. Just double checking to see if there's anything else flat colors wise I need to do on Miki, and I don't think there is, so let's go to Curly. Actually, you mentioned you wanted Curly with human skin, right? So, I'm gonna have to do a bit of cheating here. think maybe... this tone should be fine. Just trying to make sure it looks naturalistic, but I think that does. So that's fine, Crystal. Hold on, pointing the fan towards me. There we go.
Oh, looks like Slowbro's getting a spiffy new hollowware.
Oh. Spiffy Needle Geek sponsorship? No.
Yeah, he's in a suit and tie.
All I got is my suit and tie. Suit and tie. Show me
I
few
love the
things.
description to this. I love the description to this too. We told Slowbro that the New Year's party was tomorrow 6 months ago. We're glad that our careful planning paid off.
Okay, that's actually pretty funny.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Good job. That's actually a great joke. Slowbro's finally on time. Okay, back.
And you know what? That's actually kind of a brick joke.
Yeah, that's why I think it's funny. It's a well done brick joke. Also, yeah, Crystal, welcome back. Turns out the orange cat that came in our backyard had returned. Oh. Garfield has returned.
Oh, quite a few Pokemon have tuxedo outfits now.
All I got is my suit and tie.
Blastoise has one.
Blastoise would have one.
Yeah. Greedent has one.
Oh, they gotta be looking dapper.
Oh yeah. Pokemon Peter Griffin here.
Oh, what about the girls?
Yeah, what about Gardevoir?
Nope.
No New Year.
Nope.
Ah, sexist. You can be sexist with Pokemon too, right?
Yeah. All Gardevoir got was a Santa hat.
What?
Oh.
I mean, nothing wrong with Santa outfits. Like, it's kind of hard to get wrong, but that's it?
That's it.
Do they know how popular Gardevoir is? You know, for better or worse?
No, see, they're too busy giving Pikachu 100 more Hollowares because it doesn't have enough.
I mean, okay, Pikachu I can forgive because Pikachu's the series mascot. So if anyone gets more outfits than the others, that's totally fine because, you know, it's kind of Pikachu's job. But other Pokemon like Charizard, no. It's like, you don't deserve it. And then Charizard just points to Pikachu like, he does.
Who's the mascot? Answer, it's not you.
So if Pikachu's the mascot, that makes me an idiot?
It's like, Pikachu's the mascot, that makes me his bitch. But, hey, you're part flying.
All it takes is a thunderbolt to clip his wings.
Stupid rat.
Stupid Charizard can't even learn fly in Gen 1.
For some
But that was like 20 years ago. Yeah, you were a flying type who couldn't learn fly.
Yeah, for 20, for some fucking reason.
Lame. That makes me meaningless. Oh! You know, honestly, let me tell you, back when Yellow was being ported to the 3DS, all of Gen 1 really, from what I played of Charizard, it's like, I liked it, but I didn't see what the hype was all about. I kind of just used, what, Flamethrower or Fire Blast the whole way. Because I did use all the starters for my team in Yellow, like Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard and Pikachu that I evolved into Raichu. Because, you know, not to knock Pikachu fans, but Raichu is just so much cooler.
Like, one kill Charizard, throw a rock at him.
Yeah, Stealth Rock.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, hashtag Stealth Rock. Times 4 weakness. They were big rocks, but I couldn't see them. It's like they were stealthing. Yeah, I'm with Crystal. Pikachu has mascot privileges like Mario in the Mario Kart app game. While I haven't played it much, I have seen on Mario Wiki that I think he has a lot more costumes. Yeah, again, if you have mascot privileges, it's totally okay. Like, it doesn't matter how many costumes you get. Like, you're the mascot. It's your job to help push units with your face. Which is why Batman is the poster boy of DC and Superman isn't. Which, honestly, I wish people knew what to do with Superman. Like, he can be an amazing character if you write him right. It's just mega hard to do. I would say his better interpretations is actually Superman the Animated Series. Do some of you know what I'm talking about?
I have not watched Superman the Animated Series.
Well, okay. To give you an example, I'll use one of my favorite scenes. So, Clark was busy doing Daily Planet stuff, and Lois walks up to him while throwing, you know, a byline next to him, and she's like, "I'm confused, Kent. How does a complete nobody like you get the hottest story in town?" And Clark just looks from side to side, beckons her closer, and says, "Well, you see, Lois, I'm actually Superman in disguise, and I only pretend to be a journalist so I can get the stories as they happen and squeeze you out of the byline." You're a sick man, Kent.
You're sick.
Yeah.
You asked.
You asked.
Wow.
Yeah, like, this Superman, more often than not, relies on his smarts than his strength. Another good episode with him was when he was fighting Mr. Mitzelsplik, Gilbert Gottfried. So he managed to trick the guy more than once, but on the final one, he made him skywrite his own name twice in airplane mode. And, like, he rubs it off so casually, and he's like, well. And honestly, in Justice League Unlimited, because for the first few seasons of Justice League, he wasn't very good because they intentionally depowered him to make threats more interesting, but they kind of regretted that, so they brought him back up a little bit. He was fighting Darkseid in one of the season finales, and he has this whole speech where he's like, "I feel like I live in a world made of cardboard, always taking constant care not to break something, to break someone. Always being careful because someone could die." And then he, you know, casually wails on Darkseid as he's saying this, and he's like, "But you can take it, can't you, big man? What we have here is a demonstration of what I can do. to show you just how powerful I really am. And he completely curb stomps the guy. Like, yeah, he gets electrocuted afterwards, but it was such a good moment for Superman. It's like, can we have this guy, please? And, mind you, I'm not the biggest DC fan, but I love the animated universe. Because when they get it right, they get it super right. Like, so good. And they made Batman Beyond. Like, it's Batman Beyond.
It's a school night, boys and girls. I'm afraid I'll have to call your folks.
No, my favorite line is, I want a divorce. The Egg Baby episode is probably one of the best in any DCAU.
By the way, what's the creepy lady's power? I don't know, but they call her Bombshell. Oh, that's encouraging.
Yeah. Oh, that's encouraging. Terry is best Batman.
Come on, he must be 1,000,000 years old. What trouble could an old geezer... Never mind.
I also love it when he says the most stupid thing in front of Bruce. Like, one night isn't gonna make a difference. One night always makes a difference. And on a more somber note, you know, I think you'd want to get it taken down. Because after all these years, you can finally forget. And then Bruce stares at him, and Bruce says, "Do you want to forget what happened to your father?" Ooh. Like, way to keep the mood up, Bruce. You know, even Bruce has really good lines in that show. They were fighting this guy called Payback, and Payback managed to catch up to him because he was next on his list. And Bruce the whole way through was unfazed. It's like, who are you supposed to be? I'm your worst nightmare. And he's like, you have no idea what my nightmares are like. I remember the scene where Terry took Batman to see the musical. Oh my god, I love that too. Come on, it took me weeks to get tickets for this show. It's Shway. It's Schwarbage. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that they kind of made Bruce date Batgirl as a teen, then I would probably like him a lot more. But when you ignore that, he's a great character. Yeah, it's like the whole thing just sort of deflated when I mentioned that. Sorry.
Ah, no problem.
It's like, why would they do that? I remember that because I was just finishing the Hawkeye show. Oh, what sprung Batman Beyond to mind? Did they do something similar in that show? If you can say that without spoiling it, of course. Okay. Gonna give this a shot. Yeah, the way I do fur is a little more blocky compared to other artists. I'll do my best here, but...
Well, it's like, you know...
Oh!
The minute you start going into, like, that kind of, like, fur texture and such, it's like... Yeah, that shit's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to make it look fluffy. Which is why, again, I have my own cheats for it, but...
But I'm sure
I do love a challenge.
Yeah, like, I'm sure with more practice, you know, it'll come a little bit more natural. You know, like, feathers are probably the same way. You know, that's
feathers,
like,
wings, animals.
Yeah, that's where it's like, I apologize for creating Ark.
You know? No, it's totally fine. I loved working on him, especially because out of all the party members, he's the one I intentionally made to look the messiest in terms of how I you know, lined him and all that.
Yeah, which is like so appropriate.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, keep that scene from the musical in mind. Okay, I will. I appreciate that answer. Okay, I have another idea. You know, Metroid Prime has a very atmospheric soundtrack, so it's hard to identify what areas are playing. Okay, I think I know what this might be. This is probably the space pirate base once you get in the first stretch? No. It might be one of the ice areas in Vendrana Drifts. I don't remember. Feathers, huh? Lock it. Evil smiley face.
Oh no.
For the longest time when I was younger, and I think it was Machinima who made these videos, but there was a short video series called Arby and the Chief. You know, Arbiter and Master Chief.
Arby and the Chief, yep.
And whenever Master Chief smiles, his text-to-speech reads out, "Smiley face."
Arby and the Chief was friggin' great.
Yeah, so I always heard that in my head whenever I see a smiley face being drawn.
Yeah.
It's like happy face, surprised face. It's like he just says what the facial expression is.
Yeah. For extra lulz. Oh god, who says lol anymore? Who says lol anymore?
Master
Okay, but besides Jen, anyway.
I was like, I think people still say, like, you know, they still say, like, LOL or something, but I think we've gone beyond, like, oh, let's just throw that in, like, common conversation. Aren't I so funny and quirky? It's like, yeah, no.
It's like, those days are long past.
Yeah,
typing, weirdo.
Yeah, typing it is one thing, but, like, yeah, like, you know, there was that period where people were just, like, in casual conversation, like, they'll just go, you know, LOL. It's like, yeah, no, thankfully that shit stopped.
Oh my god.
It's
Danny, have I ever told you of the time where my mom was looking at job applications and one of them just straight up made her want to drink?
What? What do you mean? Elaborate, please. That sounds funny.
A person straight up wrote an emoji on a job application.
Why would you do that?
What? Was it, like, which one was it? Was it the poop?
No, it was, so, like, the question was, why did you leave your last job? And they said, because they were mean to me, sad face.
Oh, Not on a job application.
Oh, that guy Mark. Cool. Now, cool. People now just say laugh. Hit him with that eggplant. Hi, that guy Mark 5.
Yeah, that's why it's just like, Jesus Christ, guys.
It's like, why would you do that? Like, you're trying to be professional here. Act like a professional.
Why would you do that, Elliot?
Why would you do that, Elliot? Why? Like, you do that with friends, not with potential clients.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, you guys, actually, to everyone who, commissioned me, unless I really know you, I speak pretty formally, you know? Like, I, you know, type with perfect grammar and enunciation, and, I do use emojis sometimes, but it's mostly to, you know, indicate my mood, because, you know, I'm that kind of person. But, more often than not, I would start with being professional, and then I use emojis, you know, if we, get on a good note. But even then, I try not to overuse them so much. Because, you know, at that point, yeah, no. During the Doki Doki Literature Club, stream, when that, thing happened about Danny and Brandon, when he said the thing, and I had to use LOL because I couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, that's also a good example. Because that was fucking funny.
Oh, which one was this?
This is when you were about to get home, and, like,
Brian,
yeah.
Brandon thought that I thought he said that we had Danny's nudes.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me that. Yeah, I think you said, like, yeah, you said, you know, I have some news. Danny's on her way back home. And yeah, Brandon thought, like, wait, did you just say you have her nudes?
Yeah.
And then cue everyone losing their minds.
Yeah.
Also, hi, Magmore Caverns. AKA the thing that, Uncle Greg, Greg's wife hates. It's like, what is that song? It's the area music. That is the most repetitive shit I've ever heard. So, if I can once again compliment Metroid Dread again...
Yeah.
It's okay, Brian, Danny, you can mute this part. Metroid Dread's soundtrack is mostly original, and while there are some misses, I think upon repeated hearing, there's a lot of hits. Like, I love Cataris, I love Gavarin, I love Berenia the most. But areas like Hanubia and Ferenia are really good too.
Danny's cheesecake, I'm not sorry.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that the other night too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I described fan service as cheesecake.
Yeah, it's like, please don't. I don't want to think about my friend's boobs, please.
Oh my God, Unite.
What did they do? Did they post cheesecake?
No, they're showing an image of tuxedo-style Blastoise, and I kid you not, the description they used for it is... The description they used for this image is, Blastoise is dripping with style.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I want my strength back, Stockman. Give me the rest of the mutagen.
Yeah, it's like,
but does
he have? But yeah, it's like he may be dripping with style, but does he have the drip?
does he have the matrix of leader drip?
It's like, he doesn't have the right shoes. Those aren't even Tim's. And you're not? That's fucking sus.
The swap looks good. Oh, thank you. I'm glad.
It's like, everyone else here is looking pretty fly. You are the only person here killing the vibes.
I swear to God, Kermit, if you vote me off, I will never make another Among Us video ever again. Sal was the imposter.
I still love that video. That's where it's like, he's got a lot. Devil Artemis has a lot of great videos. It's just that one was just so ludicrously stupid. It was great.
Sometimes stupid works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think I made Frankfurt?
Devil Artemis can make stupid work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why do you think I made Frankfurt to begin with?
Yeah. And you know, you also have purpleized WTF.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. And like, people still quote that fucking soup thing.
Yeah.
Finally.
They still do the whole fucking soup skit.
Yeah.
So
Finally, a worthy opponent. Get in the fucking bag!
That was great.
I still don't know the context of that. Will you ever explain it to me?
No.
Okay, good, because I don't want to know. It's funnier that way. I'm using the blender tool. Sorry. You know, whenever I play Metroid Prime and I get to Magmore Caverns, I always tap Samus's arm cannon to the beat. Because I can't help myself.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta do something while you're on missions.
Samus, now is not the time to create your own percussion.
You're dead.
Metal go brrr.
You're dead, Adam.
Actually, Danny, in Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, you actually can shoot Freddy with the laser gun, and he does say things when you do this.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the $1,000,000 question, Jen. Who's who? Who's at soup? Oh yeah. I had a funny thought that Ark and Sugash do the soup skit. I love Code Mint so much.
Yeah. Team
What's Code Mint?
Deathmatch.
What's Code Mint?
It is also by Purpleized WTF, where he does an abridgment of Code Geass.
Ah. Okay. Oh, hang on. I fucked up here. Give me a second.
Lelouch, this is idiotic. Well, who's the bigger idiot here? The guy trying to kill himself, or the person trying to kill the guy trying to kill himself? That's what I thought.
Ark is the guy at soup, and Sugash is the guy needing help against the werewolf. Wait, that's the context? That's why the dude needs help? I thought it was just, you know, a one-time thing. That was actually... Oh, wait, that's from the Code GS thing?
Yeah. The entire soup store skit. Yeah, that's Code Code Mint.
Shit! Now I know the context! Damn it! Damn it! I'm upset now. It's about a sister getting kidnapped for more context. Oh. Okay. So gosh, why are you buying clothes at the soup store? And then, Ark, you can take that one.
Why did you shoot Freddy? What? That's just mean.
But why, though?
I know, it's like, I am your friend. Oh, it's like, you just keep doing that, and sooner or later, he's just gonna say, that's it, fuck this kid.
That does it. The gloves are off, Gregory.
Gregory, there's a vent over there. Have you heard of Among Us?
No! Can we not have the animatronics be that hit with kids, please?
Gregory, I know it may be hard to be sus.
I know it may be hard to be sus, but that's why the truth matters. And you must vote to get them yeeted off the ship. What are these words that have been installed in me?
I still laugh at the one Easter egg that happens if you try to take Freddy into the Faz Blaster.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, he calls you out for cheating.
Yeah, you can't bring me in here. That would be cheating. I am designed not to cheat.
The next time we have... Okay, it's Boone Slayer, by the way. He's Sugash's player. Next time we have Boone and Danny in the same call, we need them to do the Soup Store skit.
Oh, God.
Do we? That's up to them, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's up to them. You know what? I'll run it by Boone here. I'll just post it in memes. Hang on. Taking a small detour. And he's been atted. Let me know what he says.
Okay.
Gregory, Roxy is very sus right now. Eject her from Roxy's race course.
This is so dumb. The higher I am, the better. So you can fly. Hush now, Gregory. Like, so.
Oh,
Okay.
I hear things in the background.
I don't know. Jen just posted some video about birds.
Okay. Oh, oh God. Speaking of birds, that reminds me. I saw the full collection of Lemmy Smash. Please.
Oh God, those are that is old, but oh
Yeah.
God, they're great.
Yeah. I was watching it this morning because I was in the mood, I guess, and.
I'm learning to jump for Becky.
God, I can't even say it because I'm already laughing. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Do you want yellow? She doesn't want yellow.
Like, I got you, blue.
I got you, blue.
And then Blue
I'm
from
going-
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends pops up.
It's like, how do you jump? Just walk, but like up.
Up. Just walk, but like up.
You're like, my lady, what? Nice guys finished last. Did you see that? He had a hat.
I'm going out with Ben. What? Ben is a hoe. I hate this nest. Fuck this nest. Stick, 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 stick. I need stick. Stick, 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 stick. I got stick. I got stick. Stick, Becky, I'm coming. Let me smash.
It's like, those are like, I know, those videos are so old, but my God, they're still funny.
Honestly, I'm now just reminded of that one, like, Tumblr post that Loudon had me do a dub for. Pocahontas 3, The Exciting Adventures of John Smith.
Oh no.
Fuck! She got married! Pokey Hotness is a two-timing scrub hoe! Don't you worry, Doritos! I'ma stop her! I'ma cheat on her dad! Winning!
Dorito? What?
Hey, Pokey, guess who shat on your dad? This guy! Oh no! That's my Doritos I shat on!
Okay.
Kira, I got the bone. Let me smash.
Drunk Strahd.
Yeah. Yeah, although granted, if it was from Arc, it's like, yeah, different smash.
Yeah. Yeah, the violent smash.
Yeah. Arc has like no libido whatsoever.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of find it endearing that Arc isn't going to be in a relationship. I will say this: I don't think that he and Vasilka were in a relationship. They were just really close friends, like childhood friends.
That's kind of what I figured, at least from what little information that you've mentioned. I think you mentioned the first time he heard the voice, and he was like, it was like the first time he was actually starting to get visions of Vasilka. I think you had mentioned that that she was there when Arc hatched from his egg.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, these two probably were more kind of like close friends, kind of like maybe like brother and sister type relationship, like not really siblings, but they were close enough that they just probably maybe considered themselves as such.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that was the impression that I was getting with at least from what you were talking about with Vasilka.
Exactly. That's the intention too. Like,
okay, cool.
there will be no interspecies romance. That'd be gross.
Yeah, it's like, I know some people are into that. I personally am not. I mean, you do you, but that's just not me.
Like, elves and humans, I can get behind. Humans and half-orcs, sure. But, humans with hedgehogs, no. Absolutely not. Elise, you're a zoophile.
My head
just a zoophile. She's
like, my headcanon. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just saying. Jen says my headcanon is Arc is a dad to Vasilka. At least that's my theory.
No. Judging from that, little bit of information alone, I would say Vasilka is more of like Arc's mom, or big sister, one of the two.
Yeah, probably more big sister. But either way, like, yeah, I mean, it's like we just call him Bird Dad. Just, yeah, that's just more of an inside joke with us. He's just big old Bird Dad.
Yeah, Jordan,
I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Elise isn't just a zoophile. She's a necrophiliac. She did it with a corpse.
Yeah, she kissed Sonic when he was dead.
That's where it's
like okay.
It's like, I know, that's where it's like, I want to say Sega was just plain ignorant when they came up with that and just thought, okay, this will just be a like sweet innocent fairy tale thing, and I really want to believe that was it. I do not want to believe like, oh yeah, this will look completely wrong, but fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway. like,
okay,
I really want to believe that they were just very ignorant of how people took that.
My theory is that they tried to make Elise a rebooted version of Madonna. The human girlfriend Sonic was going to have during his development, back when he had a band, but then they got rid of that because they realized how silly that would be. I mean...
It's like Rivet Bound. It's like, but guys, he wasn't dead. He can sense his presence in the wind, so it's fine.
Yeah, you could sense his presence in the wind, because in the wind was his spirit.
Oh, I thought his farts were in the wind. I completely misread that scene then.
Yeah, it's like some people empty their bowels when they die. Sonic just farts.
Insert fart noise here.
No, Daddy said, maybe he's still alive. No, really. I heard the last thing that happens before you die is that you shit your... Yeah. Never mind.
Was that Cartman?
Yes.
That was a joke from South Park.
Screw you guys, I'm going home. I have a really violent Cartman, sorry. But I haven't even worse Toad. Want to hear it? No.
Well, I mean, Cartman's a violent kid.
You're right.
Heavy S for Sussy Baka. Oh.
Yeah. That is Cartman we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my papa.
The only thing I know from memory about Cartman, because, I never watched South Park. I wasn't allowed to watch South Park. was when he was giving a big speech to, I don't know, one of his friends, where he's like, before he leaves, I promise you, you will suck my balls.
Oh yeah, that's the Imagination Land trilogy. I loved that trilogy. Like, it was like, yeah, a whole thing was, Kyle and Cartman had a bet, like, because Cartman swore that he saw a leprechaun, and Kyle's like, oh yeah, if you show us that this leprechaun exists, I'll suck your balls. And the leprechaun actually, but the leprechaun, because, the leprechaun actually did exist. So throughout the entire trilogy, Cartman is like, Kyle, we had a deal, you're gonna suck my balls. And that's all Cartman cared about throughout this entire trilogy, was that he wanted to get back at Kyle.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, back on topic. My girls. Yeah, your girls. Holy shit, did we just finish the flats while we were talking about...
Yes.
Looks like it.
Holy shit! Yeah. Also, sorry you had to hear that conversation, Jen, I guess. Hey there, folks, and welcome back, I guess. Okay, so, those are Rivenbound's flats done.
Nice.
Oh, wait, sorry, I forgot to... There we go. And, alright. After this, we just have, 3 more things to do the flats for. Although, since Rivenbound is here, would you like to, close it out and do the shading? Or, have me do the shading, rather? Or, what do you think? Cock joke about cheesecake. No, she deserves it, lol. You can deliberate while you listen to Metroid Prime soundtrack. Anyway, looks real good. Miki's a little, just a tad darker, but otherwise it's great. Oh! I got the wrong tone. Crap. Okay. I can fix that.
Yeah, fortunately, that's an easy fix.
And her eyes are bright blue. Okay, okay. I can easily take care of that real fast. So just a bit brighter than Curly's, and she's got darker skin tone. Okay.
I'm trying to think, the drawing program that you use. I know it's similar to Photoshop, so I mean, does it have the option where you can select things and you can, like, just mess with the hues?
Oh, for the first I have Clip Studio Paint. Secondly, yes, but my wand settings are a little I haven't figured out a happy medium where I can comfortably do that, because if I do so, the colors will get messed up.
Oh, okay.
Like, too much pixelation, like, bleeds into the other colors, so, okay, I see what you're talking about. And then we'll do the skin. Oh, I like watching streams like this with this account, because nobody knows which comm is mine. Maybe none of them are mine. We'll never know. Now, the art sent you is brighter in general, so I figured out what happened. Okay. So I figured that's what happened, yeah. Alright, then. Yeah, because, with lighting, sometimes skin tones, look brighter than they actually are, because, that's how light works.
Yeah, really.
Which, I've actually gotten mega shit for it in the past. And it was back when back when we were all on Tumblr, like, go figure. Everyone has a problem with something. But for one thing...
Like when those people were on Tumblr?
Yeah, like, there was something I wanted to submit for, like, Xenoblade Celebration. I think it was for a Zine. And then someone found it, and they tried pointing fingers at me that I'm a racist fuck, which I wasn't. I just happened to pick the wrong skin tones for the characters, and that ended up making me self-conscious about skin tone choices. But looking back at it, that was kind of a stupid interaction.
Right.
And it's like, for one thing, we were in the characters were in the middle of a sunset, so of course their skin is gonna look a little weird.
Well, like, not even just that. I mean, just the fact that, like, you know, with something like, you know, yeah, like what Rivenbound said is, like, you know, the character's skin needs to be a little bit darker. That's all you gotta say. Yeah. You don't have to make a big fucking deal. It's just a simple mistake, and it's something that the artist can easily correct. So when you have these idiots that go around there saying, like, you know, oh my god, you know, fucking racism for whitewashing, and it's like, calm your tits, people.
Yeah, that's the word they used, whitewashing. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that's where it's like, I'm pretty damn skippy that, like, 90% of the artists that they complain about and stuff, they're not racist. It's just a simple freaking mistake.
Yeah,
you can bring it to somebody's attention without accusing them of shit.
Yeah, and what makes it more egregious is that, you know, this was back when Xenoblade didn't get the definitive edition. So the thing about their official art, quote-unquote, is that they were actually painted over the actual models, I believe. So they didn't even have proper skin tones. Like, for example, Alphys's skin tone is different in his promotional art compared to his actual game art. So that's why I thought it was okay to give certain headcanons to certain characters. You know, maybe someone has lighter skin tone or darker skin tone, but apparently that was the wrong call.
Right. Well, it's like, you know, again, like, I to an extent, I can understand where some people are coming from. Like, you know, when it's something like fan art or something, it's like, you know, come on, give these people a little bit of a fucking break here. You know, I can understand the argument when it's like, okay, now this is official artwork. Like, you know, these are by professional artists and it's for a show or something. Like, great example. I know we were talking a little bit about Winx Club last night. So, you know, apparently recently, yeah, there's a lot of arguments about whitewashing going on in Winx Club. And, you know, that's where it's like, ooh, yeah. Because, like, specifically it involves two characters, Flora and Aisha. Aisha is coded to be black, and Flora is coded to be Hispanic. So apparently, and that's always kind of, they've had that skin tone like forever. And I have only seen through screenshots, but apparently in the last season, like season 8, they were going for, like, you know, more of like kind of like a watercolor palette or something, and which naturally, of course, you're gonna have, you know, different colors. But even in the actual show, it's like, yeah, Flora and Aisha's skin tones, they drastically went white to the point where, like Flora actually passes off more for white, and Aisha has Flora's old skin tone. Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking bad. Like, you know, fan art I can forgive because it's fucking fan art. But the minute that you start going into, like, oh no, this is the actual show, and you're doing this. Okay, now you got it. Now you got a ground to stand on.
Okay, so that being said, Riven, I managed to darken Miki's skin tone a little more. Hang on, let's do a comparison so it's a bit easier to see. Is this better? And I have an example myself. You know when Shantae Half Genie Hero was announced? And
yeah.
Shantae was pale fucking white instead of tan like she normally is.
Yeah, did they fix that later?
They did, but the point is, it was fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the newer one's better. Yes, awesome. Okay. Second question to you, Riven. Should we get to the shading phase now that we're here, or can we? Would you like to wait so we can do the flats for the other commissions? Flora and Aisha were also based on actors who have the same skin color, from what I've heard.
Yeah, like a bunch of the Wings Club actually were based on celebrities. Like I think Aisha was based off Beyonce. Flora, okay, I gotta remember. I think it was Jennifer Lopez. I think for Flora, and I think Muso was the influence was Lucy Liu, because Muso's Chinese coded. Yeah, and everybody, and the other Wings, so like,
Unified players, okay.
Yeah, like
so
Bloom, yeah, like Bloom, Stella, and Tekna. Yeah, the three of them are Caucasian. So it's like, you know.
Alright. You know what? Let's do Lilith next. And then we'll do Mr. Maniac, and then we'll do Kira and Address.
Yeah, then you also then got those people who don't know how lighting works.
True.
Yeah, so let's get Lilith's reference.
Yeah, because like the trailer for season 6 of My Hero came up, and like it immediately, one of the first few things I saw like in the replies to the trailer is, "Oh my God, they whitewashed Mirko." Like, Mirko just can't catch a fucking break.
No, pretty much any black character in a video game or anime, because remember what happened with Nessa.
Yeah.
Like, poor fucking Nessa. Like, you just post one fan art about changing, switching her skin tone with Sonya's, and then suddenly it's a whole hate train. Like, people use that as a justification to draw Nessa as a fucking chimpanzee. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Right.
Yeah, it's like there's an interpretation of like a what if scenario like that, which is like super harmless, and then there's actually going out of your way to be fucking racist.
Okay, see you later, Riven. But yes, to exactly hone in on that conversation, it's like, it was that thing where they switched Nessa's skin tone with Sonya's and vice versa. I thought that was a harmless exercise. I mean, a bit, on thin ice, considering, but it was an interesting, way to look at things. But then you get, honest to God, fan art, or fan, quote-unquote, redesigns, where they tried to say, hey, Nessa looks the same as a white person, or she's monkey, laugh. And, like, I'm not laughing. Yeah, this isn't humorous. It's fucking racist.
Yeah, that's where it's like, yeah, no.
It's like, I will kick your ass if you do that again.
Yeah. Like, that, it just reminds me of, like, BJ's What If Frisk video, where BJ accidentally referred to Frisk as a her one time in the video, as opposed to the other times where he uses gender-neutral pronouns. One person honed in on that. It's like, Frisk's pronouns are they, them, transphobe?
It's like, okay, if you wanted to correct him, you should have just stopped with, okay, they, them pronouns, awesome. You didn't have to throw in the transphobe card because it's a simple fucking mistake. Get over yourself.
Yeah, like the minute that happens, it's like, I'm not gonna listen to you now.
I don't take lectures from losers, Yeah,
it's like I said, you can easily call attention to something, even if it's a minor correction, without being an asshole about it. Because a lot of times that's all it is. It's a simple, a lot of times it's nothing more than a simple mistake, and it's just bring that to someone's attention, and it's like, oh, okay, that's all you gotta do.
Yeah. You don't have to make a.
Yeah, the minute you start accusing people of being racist or being transphobe or something, the minute you start accusing people of being what they're really not, it's like, that's why we're kind of in the fucking state that we're in right now. Because it's like, everybody is accusing everybody of being something that they're not. And it's like, that's why we're in this fucking shithole.
Yeah.
Anywho, speaking of mistakes, I gotta go to work.
Boo.
Well, okay. Best of luck, man. And see you tomorrow for New Year's.
See ya.
Mm-hmm. And then there were two.
Yeah, I mean, two and an audience, but...
I know, but...
Don't worry, guys. You count. I appreciate every single one of you. And, like, no bullshit. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. It's still crazy that this is even happening right now. Like, I don't even say it enough, but I appreciate all of you for coming to my streams. Anyway, there were some comments that we missed. So, from that guy Mark, gamers are one of the two minorities who deserve to be oppressed. The other is billionaires. I agree. And Crystal says, I remember when people complained about Marina in official artwork, where everyone was saying that her skin was not dark enough, and some fan art with lighting got someone to say, fix it!
Oh yeah, where people were going over others' artwork saying, see, mine's the correct one, I fixed it for you. It's like, fuck off.
Like, how arrogant do you have to be to think that your shitty art is the superior one?
It's like, I mean, if you want to make your own art, that's fine. It's like, you gotta, do it, yeah, make your own artwork, The minute you start, being like, I fixed somebody else's work, it's like, fuck you.
Like, people wonder why Gordon Ramsay, roasts people 24/7. The fact is, Gordon Ramsay is a kind-hearted man. It's just that everyone else is an asshole. And he doesn't lash out until they say something.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, he doesn't physically touch people. He just calls it like it is, and then boom. Of course, people keep pressing the issue, which is why Gordon just happily keeps throwing insults, because they deserve it at that point.
Right. Well, not for nothing, like, especially having having worked in kitchens, it's like, the stuff that people do on Hell's Kitchen, they rightfully deserve to get called out with the stupid shit that they do, because it's like, that's not gonna that does not fucking fly. And that level of fine dining that, where, that's what Gordon Ramsay thrives in, like, really fine dining. So it's like, if that's the level you're going at, it's like you, unfortunately, you kind of have to be a little bit militant. That's the nature of the fucking beast.
Yeah, like, granted, Hell's Kitchen is a bit televised in the way that, they don't show everything, and even the contestants have to cook their own meals, and Hell's Kitchen isn't even a real restaurant. It's, a glorified, TV set. In fact, some people even have to sign papers, just to let them know, okay, you're gonna be sitting here for hours, and you may not even get your food at all, but, understand that this is part of the show. And they have you sign that. And, some people, like, Raj, were picked solely for ratings, and some people, some contestants were even kept for ratings specifically. Mm-hmm. But more often than not, Gordon does make the decisions as to who stays and who goes. But everything else is legit. In the way that
like when you watch his other shows, especially the ones where he's actually trying to help save failing restaurants.
Yeah, Kitchen Nightmares.
That's the real Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, well, UK version more than the American version, but even then, like, I like to think that Gordon Ramsay is more honest than people make him out to be.
Oh, absolutely.
People keep saying that, oh, he's definitely been in scandals before, come on, like, he's definitely slept around, all celebrities do that, and I don't know Gordon doesn't strike me as the kind of person to cheat on his wife. Unless if she's the sort of person who's like, hey, you can sleep with whoever, just come back home by 8. Because there are relationships like that, but no. Gordon, you know, he speaks the truth, so logically, I think he's the kind of guy who thrives on honesty. Because the minute you lie to him, yeah, he kind of goes nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And he's even said, verbatim, I'm sorry, but I fucking hate liars.
Right. Yeah, but again, that's like I said, like, yeah, like when you watch, like, Kitchen Nightmares, like, you watch some of these other shows where he's interacting with people, and it's like, I mean, yeah, there's been episodes where I've seen where, you know, yeah, like, these people, like, you know, this is their restaurant, this is their livelihood, it's failing, and, you know, they're not in a good, like, mental space or something, and not only is he trying to help the restaurant, he's also trying to help them, like, personally.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, he doesn't have to do that, but he does. So it's like, you know, to me, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You know he runs a show called MasterChef, right?
Yeah.
He also runs a show called MasterChef Junior, where, you know, it's the same thing as the other MasterChef, except he works with children. Compare Gordon Ramsay to when he's working with, you know, people of our age and children. He's a total sweetheart around kids because, you know, they're still learning. So you don't want to, you don't want to traumatize them by yelling in their faces of what they're doing wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, you do got to approach it very differently when you're dealing with little kids.
Yeah, that guy Mark speaks the truth. Gordon is a really good father figure and a father. So he would know how to deal with kids.
Yeah, like, oh dear, oh sweetie versus you fucking donkey. That's what it's like.
Exactly.
You know, okay, so it's really funny. So when I was in culinary school, believe it or not, there was a day that I came in, and they actually were holding auditions for whatever season of Hell's Kitchen it was that year. So like I go into class and I'm seeing like the school's just flooded with all these people, and I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, they're holding auditions for Hell's Kitchen, and there was even people in my class that were they were trying to like convince their teacher, saying, oh, can you please, can we audition? And I'm like, why the hell would you put yourself through that? But in their mind it's like, it's like, well, if I'm on TV, it gets my name out there, and it's like, yeah, that's a surefire way to ruin your fucking career. It's like, yeah, that's where it's like, yeah, that sounds like a good fucking idea. It's like, yeah, I'm in school, I'm just, I want to get my name out there, and you do so badly, it's like, who the hell's gonna want to hire you?
Yeah, granted,
I did have some stupid people in my class.
Mm-hmm. Like, granted, there were contestants on Hell's Kitchen who had minimal experience. Like, for example, one person was a mom, and another one was a younger lady. I forget what she did, but they both had minimal experience. But what was cool about them is that they cooked pretty much as if they were cooking for 5 years or so. So they really impressed Gordon from the get-go.
Okay. I mean, some people pick it up real fast.
Yeah, and actually the mom I mentioned, there was one challenge where she won, and all she made was chicken soup, and he loved it. Like, he commented that the soup honestly looks like a drainage tunnel, but when he tasted it, it was like, oh, that's delicious, and he loved it the most.
Oh, wow.
Simplicity is definitely the way to go sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I know, that's like my dad swears by that, because it's like, don't get me wrong, my dad, he is always willing to try anything that I make. He loves like all my desserts, but yeah, like, you know, my dad sometimes he's just like, you don't have to go overboard with, okay, let's do this flavor and let's do this. He's like, just, you know, he's very much like, I like vanilla, I like chocolate. Yeah, just sometimes just keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. When the simple things are done right, it just hits different. I love the one with the sponge cake where he ran out of time and had to ice it by hand. Ah. But then you get real dickheads who are like, okay, Raj is the popular example. But they're, hang on, I need to think about this. So there was this lady who, on more than one occasion, she, brought recently thrown away spaghetti in the trash, and she dared to dig it out of the trash and wash it off and then pass it off as, you know, a completed order. Oh. But obviously she was caught. There was another time when she was, like, scolded for not finishing the capellini, so she took that as, oh, it's bad, and then threw it away. And Gordon was, like, within... he was within the vicinity as he was saying that, and he's like, no, don't throw it away, finish it. And then, that was also the moment when he decided to look in the trash. He pulls out piles and piles of unfinished capellini, and he was, like, so gobsmacked that, he couldn't do anything but, continuously ask, her, what are you doing? While she's just standing there with the deer in the headlights look. And, like, she was frozen. As in, like, she just saw someone get shot.
Oh, jeez.
And he's like, what are you doing? You're making me mad! Fucking mad! That said, she did get over it, but, like, what the fuck?
Right.
Oh, and there was also some contestants who were, like, sweating into the food, and it's like,
oh, God, no.
Like, so many orders were kept, you know, they kept coming back because all the customers consistently have said, hey, this is salty. Hey, this tastes salty. This is a little salty. And, you know, the sweat was the source!
Oh, my God. That is so gross.
Yeah, right. And obviously he put on a sweatband after that, but like you couldn't have done that earlier.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. Like when you're in culinary school, like even though I was in pastry, you know, part of our uniform, it's called the cravat. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's like a handkerchief that you like. Yeah, it's like you kind of like it almost looks like a bandana. But you tie it around your neck, and you, like, there's a certain way that you tie it. And
natural seasoning, oh, ew.
And the whole point of the cravat is to catch sweat. Because it's like, yeah, you're working on a line, you're working over a stove, you're naturally going to sweat, but rather than it going into the food, it's going to get soaked up by this bandana that you're wearing around your neck. That's a part of the chef's uniform. Now, granted, of course, not every restaurant follows, like, those exact rules. Like, even the restaurant that I work at, like, it's usually, like, yes, you have to wear chef pants. You have to wear non-slip shoes. But they have, like, T-shirts that have, like, you know, the restaurant's name on it that we have to wear. And we always have to have, like, some kind of, like, a hat or a hair covering or something to keep our hair out. And that's essentially it. But, like, if you're going to go to, like, fine dining or something, like, if you're going to go to a fine dining restaurant, be it here or even in Europe. Oh no, they're going to be wearing like chef pants, chef coat, cravat, the little beanie hat. Like they're going to be wearing.
The toga.
Yeah, like that's the uniform. That is the official uniform.
I'm on my computer with dinner. Funny thing, we're talking about Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares, and you know, actual restaurant worker talking about, you know, dress codes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when I was in when I was in culinary school, I mean, it was like every day we had to come in the full uniform, and we would line up, and the teacher would go and inspect to make, like, before class would even begin, inspect us all to make sure that we're wearing proper uniform. And we had to get into that habit. And that's like, and my God, like, for whatever reason, fortunately, by the time we got to the end, it was no big deal. But like the first class where you're doing the, like, even though I was in the pastry program, we still had to do like intro to culinary. So I still have some culinary knowledge. It was a requirement regardless. I had people in my class that were trying to fight the teacher over some of these uniform requirements. Like, there was a girl that was in my class that, at the time anyway, she was working, I think, as a bartender. So she's going into school to change careers, obviously. And, you know, she always had, like, her hair done, her makeup, she had the long fingernails and stuff, and it's like, and the teacher was saying, you cannot do that. You especially cannot have long nails when you're working in the kitchen. They really advise do not wear the makeup because it can sweat off into people's food, you know, all that stuff. And she's trying to make the argument. She's like, you know, it's like, I'm a bartender. I need to be this presentable because this is how I get my tips. And the teacher's like, I get that, but you're here to get away from that position, right? You're not going to be a bartender forever. So, I mean, she was trying to fight the teacher over the uniform requirement, but she eventually got her shit together and, you know, complied.
Yeah, good, because that's a surefire way of, you know, getting fired.
Yeah, it's
actually,
like you are not going in the kitchen to look pretty. That's where it's like, you are not there to look pretty. So it's like, and it's funny because, like, I remember when I started going to class and started going to work and stuff, and like it was driving my mom crazy to see that I'm going to class and I'm not wearing makeup. And it's like, I'm sorry, Mom, that's the requirement.
Yeah, them's the breaks.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, of course, you know, she gets it now because I had to explain it to them, you know, but yeah, I was like, even like my mom was just like, I can't imagine, you know, like waking up like and going to work and not wearing makeup or something, you know, I'd look like shit. And it's like, yeah, I do look like shit, Mom, but I'm not there to look pretty. I am there to cook.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I'll look pretty when I come home. You know, that is literal, that is my world. You know, it's like, I go to work, I am there to work. After that, then I'll worry about looking pretty.
Yeah. That guy Mark puts it beautifully. Gloves are too important when you gotta feed 300 people in quarantine. Exactly.
Well, gloves were important, quarantine or not. Yeah, that's why that's why it actually kind of surprises me when you have people, especially in my field, when, you know, when quarantine was going on and stuff, and it's like, you're not cleaning and sanitizing your station. It's like, this should be fucking standard for your station. I mean, you know, COVID or not, you know, when you get health inspected, and you get health inspected legally about twice a year, so about every 6 months, it's like, oh, if they notice that you're not cleaning and sanitizing, you're getting dinged.
Yeah.
So it's like, you have to stay on top of it. So this should not be like a surprise that's like, oh, cleaning and sanitizing. This should be second nature.
Yeah, otherwise you get all those moments in, you know, Kitchen Nightmares where Gordon Ramsay inspects the kitchen and the walk-in top to bottom and finds all those cockroaches and rotten food. Like,
yeah,
you can't fake this shit.
Yeah, it's like, like that guy Mark. It's like, you got to wash your hands every time you touch different food. Yeah, cross-contamination. Whether it's touching something, if your tools are touching something, like, even if you're going from one thing to another, like, even like in my field, like, you know, for example, if I go from cutting up apples, you know, to make apple pie filling, and the next thing I'm doing, well, now I'm making ice cream base. It's like, I have to wash everything, like wash my station, wash my tools, going from one task to another. And it's solely because to avoid cross-contamination. And yeah, allergies is absolutely a biggest reason for it. Like, not only because you don't want to cross-contaminate with, like, you know, bacteria and viruses and such, but yeah, if you're working with, like, allergy foods, so, you know, peanuts, soy, you know, certain kinds of seafood, like especially shellfish, pine nuts. You know, you work with any of those types of foods, you have to wash your shit immediately because it's a common allergy.
Yes. And yeah, raw chicken knife to beef is gonna get you yelled at. Not even that, like, another thing Gordon would find in the shows is, you know, when they put, you know, cooked meat to raw meat, like, that is, like, health 101 when even storing food. Like, you can't...
There's you have to store foods in, like, certain areas, even in the refrigerator, you know, because, again, it's all for cross-contamination. So, like, you can have all your shit in the same cooler, but it's like, your vegetables always has to go on top. You cannot have them below chicken, because God forbid if the container with the chicken leaks and it goes on your vegetables. So it's like, nope, the vegetables always go above your chicken. It's always on top, no exceptions. Someone catches that, that's you're gonna get yelled at.
Yeah, and if you can't bring yourself to do that, maybe you shouldn't be working in the restaurant business. My teacher trusts me because the people I work with would not do what she said, and she would always wish others took it seriously like I did. I would always cut my nails right, like I did when I played the violin before the day I was starting to cook, put my hair in a ponytail, have no slip shoes because sandals were not allowed, and wash my hands before we started, and after that we were done. Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly.
She gets it.
Those are exactly the steps.
Yeah, it's like, you get it. Why don't they?
Man, I remembered when I was in high school, they called it something else. I don't remember what it was,
home ec?
but it was essentially home ec. But they gave it a different name because, you know, for whatever reason, I don't know. But it was more or less home ec. And I remembered, like, you know, when we eventually got to, oh, we're doing the cooking. You know, the teacher said, okay, I want people to go into groups. And, you know, some people, she's like, okay, I'm going to give you guys, you can choose between two dishes. Either making, like, chicken parmesan or just, like, you know, simple spaghetti and meatballs. Really easy dishes. But she also said we're going to do this all from scratch, meaning that if you're going to make the spaghetti and meatballs, you're going to be actually taking the ground meat and, you know, forming the balls in your hands and stuff. Nobody in my class wanted to make the spaghetti and meatballs, not even the guys, because they're like, ew, I don't want to touch the meat. And I'm just sitting here like, guys, it's just meat. It's not a big fucking deal. And mind you, this was when I was in high school. So this was way before I decided, you know what, I actually want to do culinary/pastry for a living. This was back when I wanted to do, like graphic design and shit for a living. So this was long before the whole pastry shit happened. But, you know,
right.
at the time, you know,
it was also back when you worked for Chugga Conroy for Okami.
Oh, this was even before that.
Oh yeah. By the way, she did stuff for Chugga Conroy once.
Yeah, I think I helped make him some assets for his Okami Let's Play. Like, yeah, that was like right after I graduated college. But it's like, you do pastry for a living, you poor bastard. I'm so sorry. You know what? My teacher said the same thing. He's like, yeah, all you pastry students, you're going to the dark side of the force. It's like, I
mean, hey, as long as Danny enjoys it, I don't see a problem with it.
I know, but it's like, yeah, when you're working culinary and working pastry, they are very, very different. So that's where it's like, you have to be even more precise in pastry, because pastry is very much science.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. I think, like, you know, because everybody, when they talk about, like, you know, cooking and such, I mean, to an extent, you know, culinary is too, but you especially have to be careful in pastry. Like, you have to follow recipes exactly. You have to have ingredients, like, a certain amount of each ingredient, because they do different chemical reactions. So if you throw one thing off, or if you do one procedure even slightly different, you can end up with a completely different product. So that's where it's like, so yeah, so, you know, to what Mark is saying, a lot of people, when they go to culinary school and they're doing culinary, yeah, there's a lot of people that they try to do even the most basic of pastry, and they get so annoyed by how meticulous you have to be with pastry. You know, to me, it kind of came second nature. I actually really like doing the pastry stuff, so that's where it's like, to me, it's no problem. But I can totally understand where people that are trained in culinary, where they get frustrated. I totally get it. You know, that's why my teacher says, you know, we're on the dark side of the force.
Yeah. Not to derail the conversation too much, but we have a problem. We finished another commission.
Yay!
Okay, so I need to send this to my client real fast. But while I do, let's continue the conversation. Yeah, so pastry is basically like, well, a science, right?
It is science. Yeah, it's like, yeah, like, yo, pastry is just like a nice way of saying you're a food chemist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, again, it's so weird because I remember when I was in high school and we had to do like intro to like chemistry for like the science classes and such. It's like, I could not wrap my head around chemistry. I can do biology, no problem. Like botany, zoology, not a problem. Chemistry, fuck my life. I could not do chemistry. And yet, what am I doing for a living? Fucking chemistry. It's like,
them's the breaks.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Okay, so
let's see, Crystal Star Girls, like, the sad part is my team would leave me to do all the cleaning after class and would go to their classes while I clean and try to make it to my chorus class, which started in about 5 minutes. We had to clean the dishes so the next class could use them, and they would never do it at that time while I was scrubbing all these dishes to make them better. It's like fuck them. It's like, well, clearly they're not built for a kitchen.
okay, and then I will await my client's response. And as we do, let's move on to getting the flats done for Lockett.
All right.
Also, hi, Phazon theme. See, I know some things about the Metroid Prime soundtrack.
I never understand why it's so hard for people to do their job. It's like, yeah, it's like, especially with teenagers, it's just where it is frustrating, but it's like, trust me, it's like, you better develop a work ethic, because, yeah, when it's time to actually, like, you know, when it's time to actually get a job, it's like, you don't have any kind of work ethic, you're fucked. You know, regardless of what it is you're doing, whether you're like me, if you're working in a kitchen, or if you're working in a store, or if you're like Jordan and you're doing art, you gotta have a work ethic. If you don't learn your work ethic, you're gonna struggle.
Yeah, like, I will be honest and say that my work ethic, it's still a thing I'm working on, but purely because, I don't work nearly as much as, like, say, a stereotypical American man, but, other than that, it's,
Okay.
It's something that I'm working towards, but even then, if there's something I'm, like, determined to finish, I will do my best to finish it the best way I can. So that's how I roll.
Yeah, man. Let's see, Ribbonbound. Not even teenagers. When I was 19, I was the youngest person in my job and the only one of 19 people that did everything properly. Well, good for you. Because honestly, it's like, when you keep that up, you do things properly and stuff, and you do that, you will get noticed. I mean, that more or less kind of happened with me. Like, I've been in the culinary field for okay, how long have I been doing this pastry biz? I want to say I'm now pushing about 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
I mean,
amazing.
And yeah, and like honestly, and with this current job that I'm in now, which I've been in for over a year, I finally hit the manager level. So pretty much for 5-6 years, I was just a regular pastry cook, but because, I kind of proved myself and showed that I'm capable of handling more of those responsibilities, that I was like, yeah, I'm on the manager level now. So it's like, you just keep working at it, and you will get noticed, and you will get those promotions. See, Crystal Stargirl says, Danny, I'm just glad to talk to you and Jordan about this because I feel like you can understand me sometimes. Aw. That's nice.
So my client for Lilith loves what I did, and
Aww.
they said they might tip me for it.
Nice.
Which, yeah. I'm glad it went as well as it did.
All right. Maniac says, Jordan, when it comes to colors, guess if it helps. Locket is purely monochromatic, excluding the tiny bits of yellow that he has. So if you just want to find some grayscale coloring, that works.
Now I getcha, but I already have something in mind for how to tackle Locket, because my color theory powers are working again, unlike Rooster Teeth's.
That. Oh, by the way, did you I know last night I sent you some videos. Did you get a chance to watch them?
Oh gosh, I was asleep. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like conked out.
Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, because I was like, I know I sent you the videos because I mentioned like Unicorn of War talking about character.
Yeah, they were Winx Club videos, right?
For Winx Club, but I also sent you I don't know if you watched Super Eye Patch Wolf, but he did a really interesting video on just character design in general.
Okay, I've never seen his videos before, so I guess that would be a good place to start.
Oh, Super Eye Patch Wolf is a lot of fun. Like, he does a lot, like, he talks a lot about, like, games and anime, and believe it or not, he actually does a lot of stuff on wrestling. And
wrestling.
It's like, yeah, and it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't watch wrestling.
Oh, see you later, Mark. Give us a follow, if you want to see more of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah. And that, but yeah, as I was saying, but yeah, he's actually made several videos about like professional wrestling, but he makes it very interesting. So it's like, I have no idea. I don't watch wrestling, but god damn it, he like, you can tell he's very passionate about it. And it's like, oh yeah, these are actually pretty interesting. Like he talks about like, what makes a good heel in professional wrestling. He did like a whole video about The Undertaker, because I guess The Undertaker retired, I think, or something. So he did like a whole video talking about just the history of The Undertaker, and it's like, I was like, oh wow, that's actually pretty interesting.
Okay, so since I deposited most of Locket's lore last stream, I'm willing to share nearly anything regarding Locket and really anyone in my universe. I'm getting sick of Google listening into my conversations. I mentioned Bleach once in the last 12 years, not even looking it up, and now I have Bleach videos on my recommended on YouTube.
Oh,
Ribbonbound, it looks like you need a VPN.
Oh god, yeah, that targeted ads.
Yeah.
Trust me, that gets frustrating too. Like, I may watch one video just out of the blue of something, and it's like, oh, now you're gonna show me, yeah, now just send me all the stuff, and it's like, no. I don't want all the stuff.
It's like, that's one of the many reasons why I got a VPN in the first place. By the way, for the record, if you're curious, I use something called Tunnel Bear.
Ridman was saying, I was at work, they just heard me say it through the phone. Doof.
Yeah, like, disgusting. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I got a VPN, and it was also during the whole Twitch hate bot scare. And I was like, okay, I need the extra protection. So it motivated me enough to get a VPN. And Tunnel Bear was on an anniversary sale, so I got that. I'm on an annual plan. So Hang on. My client is... One of my clients is talking to me. I'll just need to respond to them real fast.
Oh, no problem.
But yeah, a VPN is really good to have. Like, if you can get it via any means, like a sale or a code, promotion, whatever, definitely get it, because not only can you pretty much send your signal, scramble your signal anywhere, it's also a really must-have tool for, you know, the kind of world we live in nowadays, where most of us live on the internet now.
Crystal Star. Mom taught me how to bake while dad when he got better after the gallbladder surgery. He would make chicken enchiladas, and I would try to help keeping him in line with what he needed to use. It's like,
Okay. So if you have anything you're interested in knowing about my characters, just feel free to ask. Goes to everyone in this chat as well. Probably would be for the best, considering what stuff I end up Googling for my D&D campaign. Fair. But yeah, like, a VPN is really good to have. So I, for one, would totally recommend it. Also, hi, Ridley. Oh, I'm sorry, Meta Ridley. Which, you know, since I'm not likely to be able to stream this game because, you know, Nintendo hates when the 3DS gets recorded.
oh, really?
Yeah, I still haven't found a means to record DS or 3DS games yet. Like, it hurts me because there's a lot of good games on it. But the main thing I want to talk about, since Meta Ridley's theme is playing, the final boss for Samus Returns, you know, the remake for Metroid 2 Return of Samus on the GBA, also the precursor to Metroid Dread, Ridley is the final boss. He's called Proteus Ridley, and by design, he's essentially a biomechanical version of Ridley, because, you know, it finally bridges the gap between the Prime series and the main series, you know, something that the fans wanted for the longest time. And Ridley showing up in the state that he is pretty much confirms, okay, so he escaped that one Leviathan seed in Metroid Prime 3 and got rid of his cybernetics by himself. And by the end credits of Samus Returns, he managed to get them off and left the planet. Meaning Ridley's even scarier than we gave him credit for, because he ripped off all the cybernetics by himself. Probably with no anesthesia. So, if anyone were to return from the dead constantly, it would be Ridley. Metroid is so good, you guys. Not Other M, though. Other M can die. Like, I dislike Other M so much that I pretty much count it as non-canon in my head. Which is funny, because if you manage to beat hard mode at a certain time, it does reward you an ending screen where, it shows the standoff between Samus and Ridley in Other M. And it's like, okay, we know it's bad, but we gotta acknowledge it. We gotta acknowledge the good along with the bad sometimes.
Oh, hey, Josh is in the chat.
Hey, Josh.
Riven says Other M was actually pretty good in Japanese. It was the English version that blubbed it up. That's like,
well, yeah, I would say,
like, is it just we got shit translation?
Well, partially, but I still think that the main thing about it is that the story is still bad. Don't get me wrong, but the Japanese version is better at clarifying things compared to the English version. So that's the main draw it has over the version we got. It's still bad, but not as bad as it could have been, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just want to say, Maniac does have some more lore that he wants to send over. There is
Fire
some
away.
heavy. Yeah, well, he hasn't sent it to me yet.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just saying there is some more stuff that he would like for me to read. It's just fair warning, it does contain some heavy content.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Depending on what the subject matter is, could you go into more detail before I give the go-ahead?
Well, I think that's where he's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna send stuff. Riverman says, "Oh no, the story's not great, but Adam's not an asshole in Japanese. Neither is the Federation. Only a splinter of them. Samus is also not a dumbass."
But the main thing, too, is that no matter where the story is taking place, localization-wise, Samus doesn't have anything to do with the main story. Like, she barely contributes to anything. She ends up getting saved more often than she has any right to be. A woman of her caliber needing to be saved. Like, come on. And Yoshio Sakamoto, like, I ended up watching the Golden Bolts retrospective on Other M, Death by Ambition. Definitely watch it if you get the chance. But the main thing that stuck out to me is that during when the game was still being developed, Sakamoto cited Samus as being somewhat childish. Samus Aran being somewhat childish? I'm sorry, but that sounds wrong. Do you think it sounds wrong? I think it does.
That's like I would say so, but again, I can only really say for hearsay because again, I'm not as familiar with Metroid series. I mean, embarrassingly, Other M was my first Metroid.
Oops.
So yeah, I know, big fucking oops. I'm a goddamn idiot.
But no, I can tell you as a Metroid fan, and I'm just to be clear, I'm being as unbiased as possible when I say this. Like, I am a really big fan of Samus as a character, not just because she's hot, calm down, but because she's a fantastic character. And the fact that Yoshio Sakamoto thought this of Samus at the time, it kind of stung because it's like he didn't get what Samus meant to most people. And, when Other M tanked, as it rightfully did, Yoshio Sakamoto stepped away from the series for a while because, he was humbled by the whole thing. Because he wanted Other M to be so good that he lost sight of what the Metroid series is supposed to be about. So that's why he gave the reins over to Mercury Steam and just acted as producer. And Metroid Dread, for that matter. Because he saw how much he fucked up. And honestly, there was another thing where it's like, someone mentioned in an interview with him that, hey, the guy who made the Castlevania Netflix anime said he was interested in making something similar for Metroid. Would you be up for that? And he's like, I don't think I'm the right person to say anything about this. Like, that shows how much the guy has changed.
Right.
But
anyway,
I can.
Anyway,
yeah.
Okay, Maniac. He's just to clarify what the heavy topic is. It's the topic of suicide.
Okay, so for anyone who has experienced those things, or
that's why he's saying he's like, I know that shit can be touchy to some people, so yeah, kind of hesitant on saying it. So I mean, it's like,
so
it's your stream, Jordan. It's your call.
Considering the subject matter we do talk about, I will leave it up to the chat. Would you guys be comfortable with this lore dump knowing that? If not, then we can just skip right over it. And also, yes, Anthony is the best part of Other M. I love Anthony. Anthony is a great character. I'm fine with it. I don't mind. You're the swinging vote, Ribbon. I don't mind. Okay.
Don't mind.
All right, we're good. Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, but I guess like while we're waiting for Maniac, it's like, when you were saying about how, oh, does this actually sound like the character and stuff? It's like,
Yes.
Well, gladly I can't. Well, obviously I can't necessarily comment as far as Samus goes because again, other M and Dread is the extent of my Metroid experience. But I do see where you're coming from. Like at least for other characters, like say like a Final Fantasy VII. Like, I know I brought this up when I was streaming the Final Fantasy VII Remake over on Spiffy Needle Geeks. Like, like, my favorite character out of that game is Aerith. Like, always was, even back in the original. And it was really annoying how, especially, like, in, like, some other games, like, as much as I love games like Crisis Core and stuff, they kind of had a tendency to make Aerith being, like, this, like, dainty little flower, like she's the precious little princess that meets the tragic end, and it's like that's not who she was.
No.
Where it's like,
even I can say that
the remake captured the original Aerith. That's why it kind of makes me laugh, like where you have people who I guess where they are experiencing Final Fantasy VII for the first time through the remake, and it's like all they know is they know the dainty Aerith, which was how she was being portrayed for so long. And here she is. She's just, she's very street smart. She says shit and stuff. And it was just like, Aerith was just like, she was not the kind of person to take shit. Like, the motherly...
I'll rip him off.
Yeah, like the motherly caring person, that was Tifa. That's always been her character. She was the compassionate, loving, motherly character that just so happens to have, like, she can just punch with the strength of 1,000 nukes, but that's what made her awesome, so that's where it's like, I'm so happy, at least with the remake, that it's like, they actually got the original characters down.
Yeah, so it makes you wonder where they lost the characterization. Like, who was keeping track of the lore at the time?
I honestly... I want to say Nomura because, but even then, like,
thanks, Nomura.
That's because, like, a lot, to be fair, a lot of the old school people that were part of Square at that time, they're not with the company anymore. Nomura's one of the, like, small handful that they're still with Square, and he's been around for a long time, like, because he started out as a monster designer for, like, some of the early Final Fantasies. And he's still with the company. So he's one of the few that's still around, but, it's like, like Cloud became depressed. It's like, oh my God. That really annoys me with what they did to Cloud after Advent Children, because it's like, yes, Cloud has his depressing moments in the original game, but what made Cloud such a great hero was that he actually conquers his demons by the end of the game. That's very empowering and very uplifting. And then come Advent Children, it's like, nope, it's like none of that ever happened. They made him like this like depressed emo guy. And for the longest time, whenever anyone talks about, emo characters, they always pointed to Cloud. And it's like, that's not Cloud. It's like, you want to talk about, like the closest you had to the emo like Final Fantasy protagonist, believe it or not, was Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. That was the closest you had to a true emo protagonist. And even Squall had his reasons for being the way he was. But that's where I was just like, but it's like, ever since Advent Children, it's like, that's what Cloud became in Kingdom Hearts when he was in. He became like, he became the depressed emo guy. And it was just like, why do you keep falling back on that? Even in like the first Dissidia game, they started falling back on that. How he's talking about how I can't help anybody. It's like, God damn it, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Cloud at all.
No. Like, again, he had his moments in the game, make no mistake about it, but one of the reasons why I loved him so much is that he showed that, you can conquer your demons.
I think another thing, too, is that isn't his emo thing mostly an act in Final Fantasy VII? Like, he's trying to be cool, but he's actually a fucking dork?
More or less. It's just... It's like... I can't talk more about that. It's just, I know we're also going into spoiler territory.
Right. I just know that from hearsay, but if that's the case, then that's an endearing quality. But yeah, if we can cycle back to Samus, in terms of Metroid Dread, can you tell I love this game so much, guys? In terms of Metroid Dread, Dread is actually the best characterization of Samus, period, I think. Like, she's a woman on a mission, she doesn't have time to talk to anyone, she doesn't have time for anyone's shit, so she just does her job in silence, but you can tell she's a very methodical person, with how she, carefully lifts Corpius's tail after killing him, to see what's up with, what's up with the tail, because, this was the source of his invisibility, let's check it out. And then it turns out to be the Phantom Cloak ability. She's also a very, compassionate person. We like to joke about the baby, but in purely Super Metroid and Samus Returns, Samus could have very easily killed the baby Metroid when she met it, as per her mission by the Galactic Federation. She decided not to because it's more than implied that she stopped herself from killing it because it would make her no better than Ridley because, like her, the baby Metroid was the last of its kind. So that's why she spared it and decided to take care of it before dropping it off at the Ceres space station in Super Metroid. Because, Samus, felt terrible about what she did to all of its, kind. Down to the Queen. And furthermore in Metroid Prime, I like to think that she wrote all the log entries herself. So it kind of paints her in this warrior poet sort of thing. And she designed her own gunship. So, there's a lot to Samus, it's just locked away in subtext, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
But once you find it out, it's like, oh my gosh, this character is super rich, why don't they do more with her? But with Metroid Dread, they do just enough to make her a compelling and endearing character. Even without dialogue. I will say, after you beat Kraid and before you get the diffusion beam, Kraid tries in vain to shoot her with one of his chest spikes, and she completely dodges it like, nope. Like a total badass. And actually, on that note, before the fight with Kraid starts, Danny, you've seen this cutscene, yeah. Where she gets her gun ready as she inspects the room, and then as Kraid got closer and closer, she starts to relax and goes, oh, it's you. And then when Kraid tries to intimidate her by roaring in her face, she just stands there and fires her charge shot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Kraid's the, which one was he again?
He's the big alligator dude.
The chunky chunk fuck that's chained up.
Yes! Believe it or not, he's a space pirate commander.
So I always, that's actually the boss fight I'm stuck on, is, I can get to
Kraid.
I can get to the second phase with him, and it's like, I'm like, my god, how many hits does it take to kill this fucking guy? So it's the trick... I get halfway through that fight, but it's like, I don't know the names of these characters, so I just call him Chunky Chunk Fuck.
Yeah. Actually, Kraid was in Super Metroid, and actually Zero Mission, and yeah, he's been in the series for a while. It's just, compared to Ridley, he didn't have very many appearances. He's also in Smash Brothers. in like
Okay.
one of the Brinstar levels.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy who spins the stage around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's him. But no, Metroid Dread is where he makes his reappearance, and, let's just say the people responsible for chaining him up haven't been keeping him in good condition, which is why his belly looks so, you know, infected and pussy. I don't think pussy is even a word, but, I'm sticking to it. Yeah, like, but the minute he sees Samus, he just goes apeshit because, like, I fought you before, you killed Ridley, prepare to die. And again, believe it or not, Chunky Chunkfuck is a space pirate commander.
Okay. I just like how we're gonna call him Chunky Chunk Fuck now.
Yeah. But compared to Ridley, again, he's kind of pathetic.
Okay.
Honestly, when I was seeing him chained up like that, I couldn't help but feel sorry for him. And,
Alright.
yeah, actually, he did manage to beat me the first time I was fighting him, so I was, like, kind of silently cheering for Kraid there. It's like, good job, you actually killed me! Oh my god, Kraid actually killed me! And, yeah, don't feel bad about losing to him so much, because that's actually the point of Metroid Dread where the game stops holding your hand. So I would say the trick to beating Kraid as you are, because, you know, you didn't go for the sequence break for the early Morph Ball bombs.
Right. Well, it's like, you know, but I have at least been trying to do, like, you know, at least, like, okay, if I can gather as much of the goodies as I possibly can. So, like, missile upgrades, health upgrades, like, you know, so, I mean, have I gotten everything? Probably not. I like to think I've gotten most of them, at least for what I can get up to that point.
Yeah. I believe that in terms of health upgrades, that you can get right now, the cap should be, I think, around 3 or 5.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, the main trick is to watch out for his chest spikes. Like, once they hit the wall, you gotta scramble up to the spider magnet thing and then wait for a melee counter so you can, like, shoot him in his mouth.
Yeah.
But if you do manage, if you sequence break to get the early Morph Ball bombs, you can actually kind of jettison yourself into his stomach and then you just hit the bomb button until he dies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of gross, but really cool at the same time. I think I'll show it to you after this.
Okay. Okay, and then, sorry to interrupt the conversation, but Maniac, he did end up sending the little bit of lore.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is in regards to Alice's action that labels her as a sinner. Still considering how exactly everything goes down, but I'm thinking, well, this is where he's thinking. Mm-hmm. Alice wanting to getting out of some shit that's going on in her life and to stay with her love, Isaac, willingly takes her own life, not realizing that suicide is considered an unholy action, thus denying her access to heaven and being sent to hell. Which, as we then know, that sets everything off.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where Maniac is planning as far as, yeah, because I think last night you were asking, yeah, why is Alice labeled a sinner? That is why.
Yeah, fair enough. And I believe you're running off of the Christian rules of sins when it comes to suicide.
Yeah.
So in that context, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would be mad if I were in Lockett's position too. Because, you know, suicide is never anyone's fault. And it's a horrible thing for everyone in both parties to go through. But yeah, I kind of find that a little archaic, you know, that, oh, your feelings are a sin. Like, how archaic can you be? What the heck is this? Oh, that's probably the end of the video.
Oh, okay. It's like I don't know.
POV, you're doomed.
I'm hearing bubbly sound effects.
Yeah, me too. Hang on. Yeah, it's probably there we go. Okay. I guess we can switch around soundtrack. Give me a second. Let's play Oblivion music. And actually, while we were talking about all this, we did manage to get the flats done for Locket. Now the shading's left.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's right. Hang on. Locket actually has yellow eyes. Let me fix that real fast. I just saw that. Come on. But yeah, all we have left is Kira in a dress.
All right. Josh wants to. Have you ever heard of the High Elves?
Have you heard of the High Elves?
Yes, sir, I have. But I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. It's an Oblivion thing.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes random NPCs will go up to your ass and ask, "Have you heard of the High Elves?"
Yeah, it's like, I know, that's where it's like, again, my extent of the fucking Elder Scrolls series is goddamn Skyrim. I have not played Morrowind. I have not really tried Oblivion. I hear they're both really good.
Yeah,
like,
for
course,
better or worse.
I'm one of those filthy losers who got introduced to this series through fucking Skyrim.
Oh, apparently I just got my tip. Hang on. What?
What?
Okay, so, Food Drops just sent me $40.
Oh!
Thank you!
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you! Holy fuck!
Like, hey man, you do good work. You earned it.
Yeah, thanks. But, wow. I don't get this much money anymore.
Spiffy Neil Geeks versus Oblivion when? I remembered even tossing the idea. Yeah, I remembered even tossing the idea, like, thinking, like, what if just for fun, like, I just played Skyrim, but it's like, okay, like, and I know this is a dumb question because we've played popular games before, but it's just like, is it overdone?
Oblivion is popular, but in terms of relevancy, I think it's mostly just a cult favorite now.
Yeah, not so much Oblivion, but Skyrim.
Skyrim. No, Skyrim is definitely overdone.
Yeah.
Scrim is definitely overdone, which is why I call it Scrim.
Yeah, I think the only way I could possibly do it is, like, kind of do, like, what I was doing when I did, Fire Emblem Three Houses, when we did the Golden Deer route, where it's like, okay, I may be playing, but for certain decisions, have the audience choose.
Yeah.
I think that's the way
choose your own adventure.
Yeah, I think that's the way I would, like, if I was to do, Skyrim, I'd have to probably do it that way. Like, okay, guys, what race are we gonna do? What kind of character should I build?
Right.
Which
would be a fun way of doing it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, because truth be told, I've only played completed Skyrim, played through the story, the main campaign, probably once. I have started multiple playthroughs, just trying out different character combinations. Because when I played and beat Skyrim, I was just playing as pretty much like a wood elf archer, and I dabbled in a little bit in alchemy. So I was also putting poison on the arrows, and that was the kind of character that I played the first time I played and beat Skyrim. I've also played other games where I'd be like, okay, what happened? How far can I go if I decide to play classic healer? So I focus solely on healing spells, and my weapon is a mace. I've done that. I've tried being okay, what if I tried playing a summoner, like a conjuring wizard or something? And it's I've tried different archetypes, basically being okay, let me just see how far I can get before I get bored.
Right. Although I'm not sure if the Elder Scrolls games were really known for having good healer characters, because, you know, the only one you're healing is basically yourself, so the fun kind of runs out after that, I imagine.
Well, I know at least in Skyrim, you can get somebody to come with you to act as, like, you know, like a teammate to help you out. So there are healing spells where it's more directed to healing other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, now it's just like, you know, half the time, like, I swear, every fucking time I keep playing, like, at some point, but whoever ends up coming with me ends up dying on me. And at this point, like, the companions, like, I wasn't even really bringing, like, the companions for, oh, help me in combat. I just needed walking inventory, you know?
Right, because they have their own inventory spaces.
Well, yeah, and it follows the freaking weight system. So if you carry too much, then you can't even run.
You're over encumbered.
Exactly. So that's where it's like, and you know, when you're fighting dragons in the game, you know, when you fight and kill the dragons, you know, they drop like their bones. You can take their bones and you can ultimately make like weapons and armor and shit out of it. I mean, it takes a lot of grinding and stuff to get to that point, but it's possible. So it's like, if that's what you're trying to do and you're picking up these dragon bones are heavy. So it's like, okay, I want my companion to carry everything for me. And, you know, it sucks when they end up dying on you, because now it's like, fuck, they were carrying my entire inventory.
No, my +1 infinity sword!
Yeah,
but,
like, yeah, Josh says, like, the only way they play Skyrim is with the mods, and, like...
Yeah, that's a popular thing to do with Skyrim, I'm noticing, but, like...
Well, that's if you're playing, I think, on PC, like, because I have Skyrim on PlayStation 3.
Right, so you'd have the base version, then.
Yeah, so I sadly don't have the ability to play it on the mod, so yeah, I'm playing base game.
No Thomas the Tank Engine Dragons.
Yeah, no Thomas the Tank Engine Dragons, no Randy Savage Dragons. You know, none of that other stuff.
No vocal commands to summon dragons or cheese.
I've got to summon the cheese.
Yeah, that's something I found out. But yeah, there was another one that I missed. Where is it? Okay, Mr. Maniac asks, speaking of Danny, doing streams, is Nier still happening, or is that dead in the water?
I have to get back into doing the stream, because it's like, I bought the new freaking capture card and everything, and I have yet to even take it out of the box. I really got to get back on that.
Yeah. Also, Fenrir says, cheese for everyone! All the cheesecake. Mr. Maniac, please. Okay, honestly, I think I'm having a bit too much fun with Kira's hair here. Sorry.
Okay. Funnily enough, there's a mod where you can collect cheese for Shigoroth. Oh, God.
Sheogorath? What? Sheogorath's in this game? Okay, I'm thinking, for the record, the Doctor Strange villain. He's basically an Eldritch Abomination. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He's a tentacle-y dude.
Ah, okay.
Weirdest inclusion in that roster. Then again, so is Doctor Strange, so it's kind of in his name. I'm gonna try something here. I was wondering about Nier, honestly. I was gonna ask about that, Danny, but I figured that you've been busy, and I thought I'd give you your space until you're ready.
Yeah, it's like, part of it is because I'm busy, and part of it is just that is my own forgetful, lazy ass.
Yeah.
So part of it is my fault.
Oh, thanks for the clarification, Josh. Not that Sheogorath. The guy who says, Oh, and the cheese! To die for.
The cheese line is a Daedric Prince.
Yeah. When I think of Scrim, the most I can think is that there's a hat in Team Fortress 2 exclusively for Heavy that's the Dragonborn helmet. Oh, cool. I guess. Hey there, folks, and welcome back, I guess. I've kind of been slacking on Ordinary Sausage. I should get back to it. Also, fuck you, TP, for getting me into that channel. What have you done to me?
Which channel?
Ordinary Sausage.
Okay. That's like, I've never
Yeah, the guy just makes sausages out of everything and anything, even toothpaste and Christmas ham, Wagyu beef. Apparently the Taco Bell one is pretty good. Yeah, Taco Bell sausage.
Interesting.
Yeah, that channel is pretty much Frank's personal heaven.
Okay.
And you know what? If Phantom of the Forest did take place in modern time, in a more modern era, Frank would have a channel like that.
Hello, folks, and welcome back. I suppose. Today we are going to make chicken pot pie sausage. Will it blow?
I don't know.
Yeah, because that's where I was like, yeah, Ordinary Sausage? Never heard of the channel Ordinary Sausage. I'm aware of the Lone Sausage, because that's the guy that made those Dr. Tran cartoons. That's going way fucking back.
Yeah, it's definitely not that. The guy actually works with sausages.
Okay.
And then he eats them to test how good they are.
Okay.
Like, I can't watch some of the videos because, you know, they work with raw meat. And I know we were talking about raw meat earlier during our culinary conversation, but, like, for me, I'm the sort of person who likes eating meat. I don't like how it's prepared. Like, there was even, like, a video about Red Dead Redemption where they were showing off this side quest to, you know, the main character is showing this woman how to survive in the wilderness, you know, after her husband died. And the first thing they do is they show you how to skin a rabbit, and it's like, it's horrifying what they do!
Yeah.
It just plops it off!
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Does that
like,
actually happen? Do they skin rabbits that way?
Yeah, because, well, I mean, I assume that's the case, because, I mean, it's like...
God, I don't want to think about that.
Again, I have no idea. I haven't seen Red Dead.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
oh,
but
God,
I mean,
I'm thinking about it. I'm standing up.
Okay.
Okay.
Why do I feel like if Frank had a YouTube channel that he would get trolled by people commenting on his videos with the B word?
He'd probably send the cyber police after them. Yeah, or at the very least, Frank would be very liberal with the block button. Like, he'd be a Twitter block champion. Then again, he would also be arrested for physical assault more than once. he definitely would be. Not enough to go to jail, but more along the lines of, okay, he's gotten restraining orders over the shit he pulled. But, to accentuate the horror of Phantom of the Forest, it doesn't take place in modern era. It takes place in a mostly medieval, Celtic-inspired spit of land, and it's very dangerous to live in. Alepia is not a nice place to live. Like, make no mistake about it, but it's the only home, say, Alexandra has. And it's sort of like Gotham City in the fact that, hey, death and murder is pretty much their theme song.
Oh, so he would be like Hideki Kamiya? Yeah, just block, block, block. I think,
yeah, exactly.
Not even for legit reasons. Now it's just become the joke.
Right. Frank would just escape jail anyway due to Slick.
Pick
the dark truth behind Legoshi and Haru's relationship. Guy right about the rabbit thing. What did Gretsuko do?
Oh god damn it, Agretzko?
Yeah, what about Agretzko? Oh, that's how you pronounce it. Agretzko, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually watched season 4 of that yesterday.
I just know that the English voice actor of Joseph Joestar was in it. Specifically the young one. AKA the best one.
Okay.
Well, she did the floss dance. That's a sin. Wait, what?
Okay. Oh, how is season 4? It's not bad by any means. Hope you're a fan of Haida, because this was Haida's season. The first 3 seasons, Gretsuko was really center stage. Yeah, this season, this was very much, okay, it's focusing on Haida. So, hope you're a fan of that guy, because that's his season. And I'm a huge fan of Haida. All right, all right then. You will like season 4 then.
Okay, that lifts it a lot more. Also, Watchman's Ease, the song that's playing right now, probably another one of my favorite all-time favorite video game songs. It's well composed. What can I say? Sorry about that. Most of the time was getting Kira's hair to look right.
That's fine.
I mean, which makes sense because in the context of this commission, she's getting dolled up. I'll probably get into season 2 next year. I've watched enough stuff this year. Alright. Kira looks great, lol. Thanks. Actually, is Jen around at all? No, she's offline. Alright. I'll send her the progress after this. Also, I agree with Jordan earlier. Joseph is best Joestar. Yes. And again, specifically, I like his younger version. The one in part 3, old man Joseph, I like him too. It's, around part 4 is when he began to fall apart for me. Purely because of the thing that he did. It's granted he feels bad about it, but still don't like it.
Right. And that's fair. That's meanwhile, my favorite JoJo is Joseph's kid. Yeah, man. I love Josuke. Part 4 Josuke. Mm-hmm. Part 8 Josuke is alright. I really, really had a lot of fun with part 4 Josuke. So I think he's always gonna be my favorite JoJo.
Yeah, Josuke's really, really good too. Mostly for the good boy energy he has, and the fact that whenever you insult his hair, he just goes apeshit. Even to the point where he ignores stand abilities.
Yes.
That is some powerful raging right there. Did you multiclass into Barbarian? Because wow.
Yeah, that's probably the one time he actually will that's where he multiclassed 1 level into Barbarian solely for that.
I mean, hey, raging helps.
We're still waiting on part 9. It's part 9 will come.
Also, Billy Kamitz is Josuke, that's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just remembered, like, I remembered when, yeah, when the Part 4 dub came out, like, I was not familiar with Billy Kametz. I think he was building up his voice resume, I think at the time. So I was not familiar with him whatsoever. You know, but I just noticed that ever since he voiced Josuke, his career just fucking exploded, because now he's everywhere.
Right. Which, yeah, glad that was his breakout role. From the sounds of it.
Yeah, like, you know, he was in stuff, but I think, again, I'd have to double check it, but I think at the time he was probably more cast for, like, minor roles or something, like side characters. Yeah, because, like, again, I hadn't heard of him at the time, but it was like, oh wow, this guy's actually really good, and now it's like, oh god, he's everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I'm so shocked and yet so happy that, like, you know, like, the cast that they've been getting for Stone Ocean. You know, it's like, you know, of course I'm happy to hear that, you know, we got Rina Chan for Jolene, because that was her dream role. So it's like, that's nice to hear. But then it's like, yeah, like, the woman that's voicing Hermes, Tiana something, I don't know what her whole name is. But yeah, she used to be Lily Livers on YouTube, and I remembered her as Lily Livers. And then you have freaking Young Ya as Enrico Pucci. I'm like, oh my god, like, all these YouTube people are showing up in JoJo, and they're doing a really good job. Holy shit.
Yeah, I haven't finished, part 6 just yet, but I'm really, really close. I think I'm, like, 3 episodes away.
Okay.
And I can definitely say I'm enjoying the ride so far.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, and I mean, this is coming from someone who, yeah, like, because I've only read the Stone Ocean manga once, and, you know, when I was done reading it, I just thought it was okay, and I really think it was because I read it immediately after I read Part 5, and I just loved Part 5 so much that, you know, it really raised my expectations, and I was like, oh, that was...
you threw yourself into that trap.
Yeah, I fell into the trap. You know, and not for nothing, the Stone Ocean manga, there were a handful of fights where, like, the stand abilities were so out there and they were getting so technical that it required so much explaining, and it was just like, I was just like, come on, it's like, I should not be having to do this much fucking homework to understand how a stand ability works, you know, but fortunately, from what I've been seeing so far in these episodes, it's like, okay, they're doing a really good job in, you know, conveying what these abilities are, so it was like, okay, now I can focus on other things. So, for all I know, my opinion of Stone Ocean could very well go up if this adaptation continues to be really good. So it's entirely possible. But yeah, it's like, I think, like, I think his YouTube name is Oceanus. He does a couple of JoJo videos, and, like, he recently did something on Stone Ocean, and he actually brings up a really good point that Stone Ocean, unfortunately, happens to fall in between two of the most beloved arcs in all of JoJo. Like, it comes directly after Part 5, which was insanely popular in Japan, and then it's followed by Part 7, which many people regard as the best that JoJo has to offer. So it's, like, right smack in the middle of, like, two of the best arcs. So it's like, oh, that's a little unfair.
Yeah. Although, hopefully, the anime will help elevate what's already good in this part.
Well, I mean, like, they did a freaking good job conveying King Crimson, because there was that whole freaking joke about how no one could understand just how in the hell King Crimson is supposed to work. You know, like, that's why there was that joke, like, King Crimson, it just works. Nobody could understand how the hell King Crimson functioned until the anime. Yeah, until the anime. And it's like, oh, we actually have motion and sound and color, and it's like the way they were able to portray, okay, he's stopping time, he's erasing time, like this is what's happening. It made it all the more clear. So now it's like, okay, now we get it. And that's honestly what I'm hoping with some of these fights. Like, I forgot what the hell the stand is called, but one of the fights in Stone Ocean, it's like the whole concept behind it is following like the basic concepts of feng shui. And it's like, how the fuck do you portray this in manga? That was one of the fights it was so frustrating trying to like understand what the hell's going on. And they're explaining it, and I'm like, I just cannot wrap my head around this thing. So that's one of the ones where I'm hoping that the anime will make that all the more clear.
I have full confidence that it will. I mean, with how good part 5 was, I would say we're in good hands. Okay. Kira Buckland is amazing, period. Yes. Stand name, Cherry Water. Ability, puts you into a sleep, but only when it's 6 p.m. on the 6th of June, and also when you eat cherries. That is so fucking specific, but I believe you. Really hoping we don't get part 10 by 2031, because enough of my dumb predictions have come true. Araki having health issues and putting part 10 into jeopardy because of it should not be another one that comes true. Let him finish the series and then retire. Mm-hmm. The anime in general has been super solid. Yes. And there's a part of Kira's finger that I need to finish. And then I will do her fingernails. You know what? Just for fun. Let's give her golden finger paint. Hang on. Will that blend in too much? No, it doesn't. Cool. Alright, we almost got the flats done here, and then I think we'll call it. And again, Danny, I will need to show you that those sequence breaks that you can do in Metroid Dread.
Okay.
Not the process, but the end result of it. Because, honestly, Kraid has a lot of ways you can totally break his boss fight. It's kind of sad. Like, the dude gets mauled in terms of sequence breaks.
Okay. It's kind of a shame for Foo Fighters English voice actor Brittany Lauda got into some controversy a year or so back because she's a decent voice for FF. It's like,
oh, great.
Like, I don't know, what controversy was it?
Yeah, like, what controversy is this?
Yeah,
before,
like, is it...
Before
is
we
it
write it off.
Yeah, like, is it something, like, legit worrying, or is this, Twitter controversy, meaning 9 times
same
out of 10,
thing.
it's nothing. It's a big old nothing burger.
I still want my stand named Smooth Criminal. Yeah, I'm a Crystal. Please explain. And I have faith in your answer not being a fuck you, because I like to think you're a decent person. Basically, she went after fan dubbers and told people not to put it on their resumes. A lot of people were mad.
Oh, okay.
That's it?
I remember that. I remembered that.
Like, did she word it in a bitchy way?
I think, I think it was more so, like, the way she worded it, like, people got the wrong idea or something. Like, yeah, basically, like, she was saying, like, if you want to get into professional voice acting, do not put fan dubs on your resume, because at auditions, they don't look at that. And a lot of people, took offense to it, basically saying, like, oh, now she's going after the fan dubbers, and they're in like she's trying to like gatekeep she's trying to gatekeep the voice acting community, and it's like that's not what she said at all.
Yeah, it's like that's a totally reasonable thing if we're understanding this right.
Like Fenrir said, basically her wording sucked. Like that was the point she was getting across, but she made her point really poorly, so people took it the completely wrong way. But what she was trying to say is like, no, that's actually that actually makes some sense. I mean, it's it's perfectly fine. Like if you start doing like fan dubs or something, and that's how you make your start. I mean, for fuck's sake, look how many voice actors we're getting now, and they basically started out doing like fan dubs and stuff. But they
like Christina V being another one besides Rena-chan. Yeah,
Rena-chan, Christina V, Mick Lauer, like Rice Pirate, Young, yeah, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Young, he's still doing his YouTube gaming news videos and such, but ultimately, like, when they decide, we want to try and go pro, people, they'll take the steps, they'll do the research, and they'll do what they can to see, like, okay, what do I have to do to try to make this legit? And if part of it is, you can't really be throwing, like, oh, I worked on this fan dub series or this abridged series or something. It's like, because unfortunately, we still have a lot of professionals now that they do not look kindly to anything on YouTube. They really don't.
Yeah, which, can you blame them? There's so much shit out there.
Right, I mean, it's like, so it's like, I get where she was saying, but it's like, the way she worded it sucked. And everyone got pissed at her for like a week. And then we all completely forgot about it. We moved on.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm willing to forgive her for that because, it's kind of silly to get at someone for the way they word something.
Right. It's like, it's like, also, it's like, again, like, the unfortunate truth, especially with Twitter, is like, like, these controversies happen, and then everybody moves on in a freaking week, and, like, only the really, really petty people that have, like, chips on their shoulders, they're the ones that they try to keep bringing this shit up to people and being like, we're going to hold them accountable for things they've said in the past, even if they're like
completely changed by that point.
Yeah. And they're like, nope, we're going to hold you accountable for it and not give you the opportunity to change, despite the fact that we're telling you to do better.
Like,
that's what's happening to Lindsay Ellis right now. That's exactly what's happening to Lindsay Ellis. It's like, and I'm kind of on the fence with Lindsay Ellis, to be honest. Like, on one hand, I get where she's coming from about, about how her mental health has been taking a toll, because of, shit that people have been saying about her online and stuff. And it's like, I dare not take that away from her. I mean, that is very much a real thing.
Yes.
So, but at the same time, though, Lindsay Ellis unfortunately fell into the crowd where she really did help build up that fucking monster on Twitter of people holding, they're being like, we're gonna hold people accountable. We're gonna, like the cancel culture and shit. She did contribute to that heavily. I mean, not even a day, but like a day before she put out her her message saying that she's pretty much like leaving YouTube and shit, which I honestly don't think that's gonna happen. I think give her a couple of months, she'll come back, but a day before she had put that letter out there, she was getting on somebody's ass because he had some girl on his video or something, and because she said something offensive years ago, and clearly, not really reflecting on it now, And Lindsay was saying, you know, you need to take this video down just because you involve this person. So it's like, that's where I'm so torn with her. Because it's like, I can empathize to a degree when it comes to the mental health, but at the same time, you kind of brought this on yourself. And rather than going, you know, oh my God, I'm actually now I'm on the other side of what I've been doing to people. Now I see the damage is done and this is wrong. That's not how she's wording it. If you actually read that letter, which you actually can, she may have put it behind a Patreon, but, you know, thank you, Kiwi Farms, for publicizing it. I mean, she literally ended her whole letter of her leaving basically talking about how, you know, the cis white men win again. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. So that's where I'm just like, I can empathize to a certain degree. And then there's the other half where I'm just like, you brought this on yourself and you are reacting and acting so wrong. That's where it's like, you wonder why people are giving you shit. This is why.
Yeah, it's one thing to...
It's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's one thing to be experiencing something terrible because of something that happened to you in the past, but it's another thing to do things that are completely out of pocket. Mm-hmm. But yeah. With that said, with that conversation, all the flats are pretty much done for these 3 commissions. 2 got finished today. So all we need to do for the ones that remain is to color them up. Shade them up, rather. They're already colored. Shade them up. And then, for the clients who are active now, I will send these WIPs to you for your reference. And then, yeah, should be able to get these done within the week. Well, and obviously tomorrow we're going to do a game, and it's probably going to be for the whole day or night because, you know, it's New Year's, and I want to try and do an extra long stream that day. So, yeah, thank you guys for coming, and thank you, Brian and Danny, for hanging out to co-commentate with me, as always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for listening and putting up with my rambling bullshit.
and mine, or lack thereof. But, oh, Mr. Maniac, I just saw your art. Awesome. I like the shattered glass thing you have going on there. But, yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. So, bye.
All right, bye-bye.